Welcome, Above the Waves podcast.
Sobre las olas.
I'm your host, Tone Park. I got Wavy G to my right. I got Chewy. And I bite you, motherfucker.
Like a chewy bar.
Like a Chewy bar. But trust me, it's much harder. And behind the camera, we got my boy, Il J.
What's up?
Welcome, guys. Before we get started, we do want to send a special message out to everybody that's been affected by Astroworld. Prayers out to you guys and your families. It's horrible, and this episode is dedicated to you guys. And for that, special hugs up for you guys.
Sorry, bro.
Dude, I don't have rabies.
Hey, so for real though, like the Astroworld merch is probably gonna be like condemned merch, huh?
That's a tough one. I think it's anybody's guess, really. Because even if it is like condemned, people are gonna want it. Like, oh, there's not gonna be another one left. It's the last one, so it might bump up the prices.
Did you guys see the merch though?
No, it's gonna be like Woodstock merch from like the 70s and shit, like original Woodstock.
Yeah, but did people die at Woodstock?
I'm guarantee you, 100%.
By the way, I haven't seen it yet, but on TikTok, someone said like, "Yo, if you want to kind of understand the psychology and like how the things that Astroworld transpired, like to watch this documentary about Woodstock on Netflix." So I'm gonna check it out. Just putting it out there.
Well, I mean, Woodstock was so, like, not only was it rebellious, but I mean, it was dangerous. They were living in crazy conditions. Yeah. So I think because of that, there's a reason why it had to get canceled and they couldn't do it anymore. Because of they needed to make changes to the way that they were doing it.
Well, yeah, it was they didn't anticipate that many people showing up, and they didn't organize it in such a way where like they knew people were gonna camp, and they set up places for people to camp.
They just
and there
pulled the car up and just slept in the car.
It wasn't like there was they had ordered enough porta potties and sanitation areas. Like it was just pull up, and people pulled up and fucking.
Woodstock Firefest was our Woodstock, huh?
No, but Woodstock had performers.
Though.
Yeah. Virus Fest never happened. You know?
Yeah, freedom.
The reason,
you know what I'm talking about? This shit's fire, yo.
The reason I bring up the merch is because I was thinking the other day, and I was like, damn, you know what's crazy, bro? Like, I feel like merch back in those days, like Woodstock, like it was band tees. You know, like you put the album cover on the shirt, and that was like the merch, bro. Now it's like, bro, these fools have like OVO has a line, bro. They have like it's like a fashion thing, bro. They have like tracksuits, they got like sweaters. They like it doesn't even look. It's just like it's like Kanye, right? He has all of Yeezy, bro. Like it's not even music related anymore. It's like these fools really are effectuating change in fashion.
Yeah, it's more equivalent to a fashion line. Than a music related thing.
I thought that was a trip. I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. What did you guys like? Have you guys realized that? Or is that a trip?
It's cool.
That's a fucking
like
cool,
it.
right?
Well,
I think that's really dope.
I think what happened when streaming came in, that there was a while. I think they just recently stopped it though, where if you bought a shirt, they would count that as an album sale. So a lot of artists would
prior to streaming.
No, with streaming.
Because they would give you the digital copy with that shirt.
Yeah. So they actually stopped this with the I think when 6ix9ine dropped his album, and this was his biggest beef. He goes, what the fuck? Like my singles, like I'm doing all the same things, but now they changed the rules when I'm back in the game, because he was selling all this merch, all this shirts, and which would have had him at number one. But because they took away those rules, it wasn't there anymore. And that's when I learned about it. Where shirts, a poster, like whatever it is.
They add the digital copy to it.
Yeah.
So it's like I sold the album.
That's crazy.
So those would be album.
I didn't think of it, but that's such a great way.
It is. Loophole.
I mean, what else are you gonna do without streaming?
How about this, bro? When you go to In-N-Out,
I'm down.
And you check the calorie count of your drink, it says this drink has this calorie without ice. Does that make sense?
Do you know why that would
Mario
be?
figured it out quickly, bro.
I know.
Ice is water. Oh, because more water, so it's less.
More volume.
Yeah.
No, but for some reason,
More of the
but for some reason,
we didn't go there. Me and Angelo's mind didn't go there first.
we're like, what's in the ice, bro?
I feel so stupid about it now, but at the moment I was like, wait.
Sugars and
For
ice.
some reason, bro, we're so.
They got sugar ice, bro.
I was like,
Exactly. We're like so conditioned to think that the government's trying to fuck us, and we're like, wait, what's in the ice? Dog? You know?
I got questions, dog.
Well, I mean, that strawberry lemonade is fire, bro.
Oh hell yeah!
Like it tastes like that extra sugar. Have you noticed, like, McDonald's, I think it's their Coke.
It's the best.
It's the best. Like, doesn't taste like any other
You
Coke.
know why, right?
More sugar?
Yeah,
No.
They have a different formula.
They have high, like really expensive filters in the back that's just made for the Coke. Like,
Oh, it makes sense. Bro,
everything else
because
comes out in plastic. They have like special
Coke.
like metal, like
Coke
all these-
filters.
yeah,
like
it's
kegs
super-
almost probably.
but
Yeah.
they're like huge. Like fill up like rooms.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
like there was a
Right.
moment where I never liked Coke, and for some reason, I was going to McDonald's a lot, and this is when I gained 1,000,000 pounds. Dog.
rock and roll McDonald's.
And this was around like when McDonald's was selling the. Remember they're selling. I don't know if they still do this, but they're selling like extra. Like no matter the size of the drink, it's $1.
Yeah.
So you get like the
That was
extra
lit,
large
bro.
soda.
They still do that.
That was
So they shit
fucking
up with
sad.
ice.
That was irresponsible of them. Bro.
Yeah. And Coca. No, that was great of them. That was
Hey,
great.
capitalism, bro. You know how it goes. Come on now.
Yeah, they still made money. But yeah, anyhow, I would drink that all the time, and I was like, "Why is this the greatest Coke?" I'll go buy Coke from the store. It don't taste the same, bro.
It's true. It's true. I thought for a long time I thought it was just me, you know.
No,
Yeah.
it's
But
good
I
shit.
you know, I was like growing up, I've realized that like, nah, there
Like,
is some.
they spend money to make it taste that way on
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah, there's some real shit to it. That shit is good.
Conspiracy. Anyhow, so speaking of merch, so we're talking about like how Travis Scott, this happened to him, and we're gonna get into that, and how we feel like the merch might not be worth the same, right? So I had got this the moment I found out Nipsey died when I was at the mall. By the time I got to the food court, I ordered a whole bunch of shirts. I was like, I just need to get these things.
Yeah.
Right? And the price gone up because they couldn't print them anymore, and you got your shirts fucking 6 weeks, 2 months later.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But do you think the value of those shirts are going to go up or down?
Of the Nipsey one or the Travis?
Travis.
First off, real quick, we're recording this on a Monday following what happened this past.
Today's Monday,
The
November the 8th.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I mean, probably up eventually. Like, if people do this burning thing that I saw, like the people are burning the shoes and stuff, then just by the law of scarcity, bro, they'll eventually be expensive, right?
If the demand is high.
Yeah, but I think because of the
I don't know
internet,
what the demand's gonna do though, right? Because you're
Yeah.
right, bro. There's these people who just like love to fucking be in controversy and like they feed off that negative shit.
yeah, but like because of the internet, people just burn anything just so they can post it online and say, "I had this and I burned it."
Such
They
a
did it to LeBron jerseys. They do
Yeah.
it to everything. Like if they're high, like I'm so above you, I don't need this shit.
You know, and that leads me to here we go, bro. Fuck it, you let me go, dog. That
Let's
leads
get
me
right-
to-
let's get
that-
right
that
into
leads
it,
me
bro.
to a point, bro, about all the videos I've seen of Astroworld. Like, bro,
Well, real quick. For those who,
well,
for whatever
no,
reason,
you're right. We got friends who listen to us in Germany, bro. So
Yeah.
you're right. I'm gonna go full on.
let them know
All
what
right, so
happened.
here's what happened. This past weekend was the third annual Astroworld Fest that Travis hosts or puts together alongside Live Nation at the NRG Stadium in Houston, which is his hometown. This year, for A or B reason, right, it's still under investigation. The crowd control was like probably the worst it's ever been, right? There was like, it looks like very little medical staff, very little security.
So it basically a lot of people lost their lives. 8 people, right? A lot of people were injured.
Yeah, so
But all that, what you're saying is like, I mean, yeah, it might have been that. I mean, but we're getting away from the part of like people just going nuts in the crowd.
well, yeah, but I want to get there. I want to lay that because
You do have to treat that.
I'm gonna get there, but I'm gonna get there. Like, so yes, there's the numbers are still coming in, but it's like 8 to 11. I think there's like a discrepancy there. Have lost their lives, and like almost 300 people are in the hospital still because of bro.
And what exactly happened, so they know.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so and just to put it like one of them is like a 9-year-old. So this, I want to just point that out there. Like there was kids as young as 9. They're probably younger. I saw toddlers on on dad's shoulders, dog, at this event. So what transpired is, at some point, first of all, like when these doors opened, it was nuts. People are saying,
Nuts.
right? I wasn't there. I'm speaking from like
From the videos
tertiary
online,
resources.
people, you see everyone ran through, broke down the gates, just running
Yeah, there's a
through.
bunch of people who didn't have.
They didn't have tickets. They just all try to rush it.
It looks
Hundreds.
like the
hundreds.
capacity was supposed to be 50,000. So you can imagine, bro. At least another 10,000 people ran in there, dog. At least, bro. So the narrative going around is that at some point, at least 2 hours before Travis' set, which was set to be at 8:45, people started to stack up at his stage. Mind you, there's 2 stages. One called the Thrills stage, and one called the Chills stage. SZA, Roddy Ricch, all of them performed at the Thrills stage, and Travis was the only artist set to perform at the Chill's stage.
So was that a smaller stage?
It's not that it was a smaller stage. It was just a stage that was separate and apart. I don't know if it was bigger or smaller. I don't think it was any bigger or smaller. It was just made. So Travis, like, his stage is rectangular with this, like, cross-shaped, like, platform coming off of it where he could, like, walk around and run. I think that's why it was specific for him. Another thing that I think is valuable information and note, like, off the bat is this is the first year that he live streamed his set on Apple Music. Yeah, no, it's crazy. And the reason that comes into play is because if you look at pictures online of how the stage setup was, there was extra barricades added around in the basically through the center part of the the best view of the stage. There was barricades set up, so it almost created like these rectangular square entrapments where people like obviously are shoving. So you have to think like, go ahead.
All festivals is kind of like that because you got that sound thing. That's where you take all your pictures from. It's from like the middle part, right?
But I'm not. So there's the soundboard, and then there's another section inside.
Also, there's multiple squares.
Yes, bro. There's like 3 or 4 squares. Yeah, whatever.
Like next to the catwalk.
And so you have to imagine like if you're getting pushed. So what ends up ensuing is at some point when Travis puts on a clock, I think it's at 8 o'clock. I may be wrong, but at 8:30 or something, he puts on a timer. Everyone starts to surge forward, just push forward, bro. And so like. A lot of people on the left side of the stage is what they're saying is where the chaos really was, is like they were pushing in there. And so you have to imagine you got the sound booth behind you, a barricade you're looking at the stage this way to your right, and then a barricade to your front. So, and then there's pressure from the left, dog. So, and you have to imagine when SZA ends at 8 o'clock or 8:30, everyone from SZA's stage, which is left of the Travis stage left if you're looking at the stage, they're all coming, bro. So they come up to the left because it's the closest place to go. Mm-hmm. So they start pushing, bro. And it seems like people just started to push and cramp. People couldn't breathe anymore. They had to, like, put their hands up. They were falling. And then when you were falling, you couldn't get back up.
Question. Was someone else on stage at the same time?
No. Travis was the only person performing from 8:45 to 10. So all the people
that was the Beyonce thing at Coachella, where everyone had to go because
you all go to the one stage that's
to
on.
go.
Yeah, that's the only stage that's working, and it's Travis Scott. So of course, most people there are fiends for his shit, right? That's what they're there for.
So I go to Camp Flog. I've been there pretty often, maybe about 4 times now. When Tyler goes on, someone else is still on. Mm-hmm. Right? It doesn't just make it where it's just my show only, because I can only imagine those 50, 60,000 people all at one stage in a venue that's not actually set up to be a concert venue like that. Yeah. Everyone's just sardines and shit.
Yeah.
So as the show progresses, basically like they say like an hour in, like 9:30, bro, that it really got wild. All right.
That's when Drake came
That's when Drake comes out and they perform Sicko Mode. And bro, at this point, and so to be clear, there are clips you should probably go, like, if you want to speak on this, you should probably go watch the whole thing. It's on YouTube. You can watch the whole performance. He does pause it at least 4 different times to say like, yo, like help that person get out.
Yeah.
Security, let's get in there. What did he say?
Yeah, he does that multiple times. And all the stories that initially came out said he never stopped. He never did anything. Yeah. But now stories are coming out or videos are resurfacing that he did say, stop. Right. Hey, help him out. Right. But a lot of people initially try to say he didn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah, that's initially what I had heard too.
That he didn't.
I hadn't seen it. That's what I heard. Like, oh, he didn't.
He does.
Yeah, he didn't seem to care or whatever.
Yeah, no, he stops it multiple times. But I mean,
there's only so much.
50,000 people.
Right, and you can't see everybody falling down. Right.
Yeah.
I should say this now because I think it's gonna start sounding like I'm trying to be a Travis apologist. That's I don't care, dog. I think everybody should be held accountable.
There's culpability in a lot of.
Everybody, and the one that I haven't heard anybody talk about, and this is kind of what I was trying to like allude to earlier, is
off camera, guys.
Off camera is yes. Should Travis be sued and repair this? Yes, dog. Should Live Nation? Yes. Should Apple Music? Maybe. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you're telling me that all these large companies, because look, Travis at the end of the day is an entity, bro.
Yeah, they're mainly using his name for. I mean, I'm sure he gets a portion of it, but he's not.
Dude,
Live Nation is the bigger.
He probably doesn't. No, but even Travis and his group of Cactus Jack, he's an entity, bro. He's just a profit creating machine.
He's a brand.
He's not he's not even an individual on that stage, dog. Like, he's there because all these people depend on him being there, and he signed a contract saying, "I'll be your operations manager as long as you stay." You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So. yes, should they all get sued, dog? And should they all be held accountable? 1,000%.
I saw something today that said Drake got named in a lawsuit too.
Yeah, Drake, I mean, bro. And remember this.
I mean, any big name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember this, bro. When you make a lawsuit, your goal, yes, it's justice, but in a large part, it's about who has the bigger purse here, and that's who I'm gonna name, dog. Anybody who can pay out these large sums that I'm basically looking for is gonna be named. So Drake gets named, of course. So, damn, I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh, and to be clear, Travis, again, just to state the facts. Travis has announced that he's going to pay for all the funerals. Everyone who went to Astroworld is getting a refund, and any survivor of Astroworld has access to mental health resources online.
That's good.
That's good. I like that.
That's
So
very good.
It's definitely a start, right?
Yeah.
We can talk about whether his apology video was genuine. We can talk about if his statement was genuine. Look, again, you're an entity. What do all entities have? A PR department.
Mm-hmm.
You hire the PR department to make these things palatable to the masses, bro. Unfortunately, that's how it is, dog. You know.
I agree with what you said, and but one thing, and you do mention this, and I think that people have to put more eyes on is individual responsibility, right? So from the beginning of the attendees,
Exactly.
right?
That's
because
right.
from the moment not even the gates open, they just rush the gates. When the merch gates open, there's videos. None of them are even going to. Everyone's just jumping, pushing, shoving, trying to get to the front. The way the people themselves acting, I've seen so many videos of just people fighting, and not even in the big crowd, like on the outside. People are just fighting and pushing, and so it's like, I think maybe we're spoiled. You know, we do a lot of festivals, so we know the difference between good and bad crowds. We do a lot of. Luckily, Insomniac might run the best festivals of all time.
I agree.
They have the greatest medical tent, non-judgmental. If you are too high on something or whatever, you just go there. They'll give you IVs. No cops are called.
Yeah.
You know, they'll check your drugs for you. They just want to make
really
sure you're
trying
okay.
to take care of you.
Yeah, but at festivals like this, people are way too drunk. They're on. A lot of people are on drugs.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody, but there are a lot of people on drugs.
Which is, real quick, I'll throw it right back to you. But another thing that we want to highlight here, because we talked about this off camera a little bit. We feel like everything, all the talks that are circling around this whole thing, they're just brushing along under the table the fact that there's a lot of drug use at festivals.
Yeah.
And so
Including alcohol.
which is the drug we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So
It's not a drug.
there was that definitely plays a role, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, and it's been happening lately, and I don't know why. Because before, I felt like festivals were always so strict. Like I could barely walk through. They touch your whole body. I could barely sneak my alcohol in, right? And I'm sneaking a half a liter of vodka Belvedere in, right? But like, but the fact that it's actually gotten easier and easier. It got to the point where it got hard, and I feel like the last 2-3 years gotten so easy. We just walked right into EDC. No search, nothing. We even walked right in, and they go, "What do you say? Enjoy your drugs."
Yeah.
He didn't check nothing. I opened my bag. I did it. Hey, enjoy your drugs. Enjoy your drugs. Hey, I know you getting high tonight. Go ahead. I was like, there's no search. Like there's not even. Did we go through a metal detector?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, so at least they did a metal detector, but my bag didn't. Right? And when people were shooting up things, like they didn't even open my bag. Or look
Granted, like we said, bro, I think EDC has the people who go to, and here's another thing that needs to be highlighted. Like the kids, because they're kids, dog, who go to Travis Scott festivals and who like fiend for his shit and like want to rage like that. They're teenagers, bro. They're teenagers. Some of them starting, from 13. Like, yeah, maybe everyone over 20. I'm not saying that you're smart. Like, I'm just saying like between 13 and 20, bro. Like, there's a lot of recklessness that goes on at that age. I'm speaking from experience, bro.
Yeah.
Like the things that I would allow myself to get into from that age, I would never do now at 28. I just wouldn't. Like I'm wiser in some ways, not smarter. I'm still dumb as a tack, but.
No, but he's making a point. Like when you're young, it's also like you're with your boys. You feel untouchable. It's like
I'm bringing up we bring up the drugs again, not to single out that one thing, but the point of bringing that up is that a lot of the talks are just trying to single in on
just Travis.
I'm
on just
blaming.
Travis and saying that he was doing this whole demonic fucking setup and trying to set up this sort of environment that was not conducive to safety and to goodness or whatever. And we're just trying to say that we brought up the security.
100%. That's a flaw.
The medical
Flaw.
attention.
The
That's-
medical
that-
attention.
Those two may
all
be
of
the
the-
most major flaws.
All
for
of
sure.
it. And again, the whole point is just to point out all of the things and look
Yeah.
at this thing honestly. From a full scope, not just try to point it at the artist.
Yes.
Yes, does he have some culpability?
Fuck yeah.
Yes, we're saying yes.
Yeah.
Do the people, the staff have culpability? Yes. Do the individuals have a culpability?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
and
think
part
everybody-
of their culpability is what drugs they chose to do or not chose to do, and what kind of attitude they went into the thing with. So we're not trying to pinpoint one thing. We're saying that all this
Yeah.
shit needs to be considered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's at fault. There's not
course.
one person.
Yeah. So this whole thing of trying to bury fucking Travis
Or cancel him or
fully
anything.
cancel him out, I think is overlooking a lot of factors.
Yeah. So the other thing, and the reason I wanted to bring it to like the concert goers is because I think this like apathetic ambiance that was there, bro, and this lack of caring of anybody else and this consideration of anybody else, dog, to me,
By the concert goers.
by the concert goers is a symptom of our society, bro. We've been brewing this type of behavior this whole year and a half because we've allowed our society to become so divided. We're like, if you're an anti-masker, anti-vaxxer, you're a piece of shit. You're an asshole. You want to kill people. If you're pro-mask, pro-vaccine, you're a sheep and you're just a fucking dumbass. And I don't have to listen to you, dog. I don't have to be empathetic to you, how you feel about something.
Yeah.
I don't have to because we've now agreed because now I have a mob on my side. Even if it's only half of the country, I have a mob on my side and we say fuck you. So I can say fuck you because now I get to diffuse responsibility, dog. Now I'm not the only asshole. I got another 20,000 people behind me being an asshole. So I could push forward. I could jump over females. I can jump over children. I could jump over everybody because it doesn't really matter because it's not just me. There's these other 10,000 dicks doing it too.
Yeah, I do think there's something about the lockdowns that we're not thinking about, which is, more suicides, more anxiety, more people stressed out, more people depressed. And I've noticed that because of my job, I've always had to be outside. And I noticed once more people started coming out, it was like no one knew how to drive anymore. No one knew how to walk. No one had to be polite anymore. Yeah. Now, I can tell you from myself, when I have a mask on, half the time it's like, I don't even, like, it's almost like I can't talk because like the mask is in the way, And I'm not being like anti-mask. I'm just saying like these are like the symptoms of things that have been happening.
Yeah, but it's not just the lockdown.
No, but I think
lockdown,
I'm saying
not
like these have added.
But
No, but
he's saying
the lockdowns added to the mental.
Some of the
state.
mental states that.
But I disagree.
And then I'm not done. And then along with the news and trying to divide us and putting everyone against each other, these are all just like everything happening all together. So you're at home, you're by yourself, you haven't seen your friends a month, and now it's telling you got to hate these people or hate those people. And then your brain is not functioning properly, especially when you're young, 13 to 20. Where's your brain at? You haven't lived anything yet.
Yeah, that's something that I've noticed too. That kind of it ties both of them together. As soon as shit started to open up again, like really, really open up, and then I started going to restaurants more, I noticed that there's a lot of young people working at restaurants, like as hosts and hostess and stuff. And there's some people out, there's some people out here working those jobs that they're just not competent at it because they're socially incompetent. But it's going back to your shit. One is because of all the things that have divided us and tell us to like be separate from each other, and we're no longer concerned with connecting with other human beings as much as another time, maybe, I don't know. And exacerbated by what we experienced during this time of the quarantine and all that stuff, where people were really, really isolated more and fell into our electronics and shit like that.
Which only had bad rabbit holes in there, bro.
Yeah. So it's made it so that a lot of people have sort of lost some of the skills of like reading other people and caring for other people.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a time. Just go on a small tangent aside.
Go for it.
Dude, I went down a Volcano, which is a Japanese restaurant, and just to pick up food. I had ordered it and everything. So I go up. I go straight to the desk or whatever, and I'm like, so and so ordered for Ulysses. Blah blah. She's like, all right, I'm gonna go get it. This lady wasn't the hostess. She was like she was one of the waitresses that had to come up, and so she went back to go get it. Hostess is standing right there, right in front of me. First of all, she hasn't said nothing to me, bro. Not a fucking word, bro.
Yeah.
And then a woman comes in trying to get a seat, you know. She's standing right here and she's like, kind of comes up to the desk like, all right, waiting for some eye contact, you know. This girl is like, she even looks up at some point, but she just, I'm like, I'm tripping out, yo. I'm tripping, dog. I'm tripping. I'm like, and I go, hey, I think she needs some help, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, hey, how may I help you? And she was like looking in this direction. It wasn't like she didn't see her.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo.
I mean, I guess you could call it anyway, dog, because I had a great experience with someone. So I go to this restaurant in San Diego named Donna Jane. Anyways.
I've had great ones too.
It's good shit, bro.
Yeah,
this new guy was there, and I was telling Demi, I was like, this guy's new. She said, how do you know? I was like, because I've never seen him. We come all the fucking time. Like, I would have seen this guy.
Yeah.
And he was so nice, bro. And I think he had just started work. Like, I asked him, actually. I was like, oh, did you start working here? But before that, I ordered something. He's like, oh, good choice. I was like, I know, bro. I come here all the time. This is fucking Grand Slam every time, you know?
Yeah.
So then after, I was like, hey, did you start working here? He's like, yeah. How'd you know? I was like, I just haven't seen you, bro. I was like, nice meeting you, bro. Whatever. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's good and bad.
There's good and bad.
I also think it's like a generational thing. Like these kids grew up
yeah,
on their phone.
That's why I prefaced it by saying young.
On the phone.
This girl was young, and
Yeah.
that's why I prefaced that with that. A lot of the young workers that I'm seeing.
Yeah, the young.
This guy I'm talking about was young too, but maybe my age. Okay. I don't know. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. I thought he was my age, but I'm terrible with age.
Our age? Our age?
Yeah. I almost think everybody's my age, except Tony. But I think everybody's my age, right? Yeah.
Hey, by the way, this is No Shave November, so if it looks really bad in about 2 weeks, I apologize. Anyhow, with all that said, I think we shared a lot of what we wanted to. Again, our condolences to the families, to the victims, to the people that have all been affected by it. A lot of artists, including Travis, Roddy Ricch, also said he's going to donate the money that he received to the families that got affected by it. We do wish that you guys everyone just take responsibility for it. It's not just one person. I think everybody has to take some sort of responsibility.
Yeah, I think we just want to implore anybody who's listening and everybody out there to let's going back to the separation thing. Let's not go at it with find a target and attack it and get angry with vitriol. Let's go in it with compassion for the people who were affected and trying to honestly look at this thing from an honest perspective, so that we can do the best job at figuring out what are the problems and remedy them so that it doesn't happen again. If we just attack Travis and cancel him, we're doing nothing to actually fix the problem.
Because next time it'll be Playboy, bro.
Yeah, it'll be somebody else because we didn't.
It'll be somebody next.
Exactly, because we didn't look at the whole issue. Honestly, from a big perspective. So that's what we implored everybody out there.
Yeah, we should all love each other.
And to that, that's kind of what I want to add. Like, yo, be loving, bro. Spread love. The person next to you is a piece of you, bro. We're all made out of stardust in the same way, you know?
Yes.
I'm going to post it to my story, and maybe we'll do it on the Above the Waves. Like, IDK did a show here in LA, and he made a message before it. And basically that was his thing. Like, yo, like, we come here to spread love. Like, look to the person on your left. Give that person a hug. To the person to your right. Like, as we finish and rage this show, if one of your peeps next to you fall, pick that person back up, take a break, and keep raging, you know?
Yes.
That's how you got to spread love. And so, to that end.
And so it's a hose up. In the words of Jay-Z, no one will fall because everyone will be each other's crutches.
Amen.
There it is.
Hose up.
Hose up to love, yo.
This shit is fucking dangerous, man. I'm just sipping fucking water tequila.
Danger. It's right, chill. Sing it.
Been so long.
Sing it.
Yeah. You know, didn't he get like in trouble for like molestation or some shit?
Fuck. Yeah, I forgot about that. I shouldn't have been singing this song.
Nah, fuck that. I mean, I don't know.
The song is still good, right?
I mean,
I don't know. You know, yeah.
So I had this question the other day. We're recording, right?
Yeah. Oh.
So I was talking to Nicole about like at what point do we stop liking like a person's stuff, right? Because I was listening to some R. Kelly music or we were somewhere and R. Kelly song came in my head and I was like, yo, this is hot. Like all these songs are hot, right? And then we go into Michael Jackson, who just got exonerated from everything. So he's never been lawfully convicted. Now, do you believe everything? I don't know, but never lawfully convicted. But I was thinking about an old Bill Cosby stand-up that I have on DVD. I haven't watched it in years, but it's hilarious and it's so good, right? And it's like one of those things that you hear stand-up comedians say, like, this guy was amazing. And it's like at what point do we just like stop? I know music is different from comedy because comedy is just someone telling a story, but
I think the appreciation for the art is something that's independent of
their actions.
But what you do with what you purchase that's where the action comes. So like,
what if you already purchased it a long time ago?
Yeah, then it's purchased.
Because I'm not purchasing it with this on it. I purchased it when I just thought.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna give R. Kelly any streams. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like,
let me make a point that I think tags along to yours. So I was thinking about this idea of cancellation. Like, when is cancellation okay? What is this thing? You know? And when I graduated high school,
I only said R. Kelly. I just want to say that.
Why?
We'll go back. No, we'll talk. Just go finish your shit.
When you graduated high school?
Well, because I was thinking about canceling in general, and like, when should you stop doing something? Because of this whole Travis thing, right? And I thought, like, when I graduated high school and I went into college, I wanted to be an econ major. And so a lot of the lessons I learned there, one of the most valuable ones that I learned that just stuck with me forever is, like, I had this like advanced finance class or whatever.
Damn.
I'm not trying to flex, but the reason I'm not trying to flex on my education, I'm trying to flex on the fact that this guy was, like, highly qualified, bro. Like, this fool had, like, he was the operations manager for Hermes, bro. And he would go to the Hermes, like, in Italy, bro, and, like, watch how they were made. And he was like, he knew a lot of, he was kind of like a Kanye. Like, this fool, like, knew, like, and he, like, had been, like, one of the original operations managers for Toyota in Mexico. It's like, he knew a lot about, like, all these things. And I had a conversation with him once because I was so intrigued by him, dog, you know, because I just felt like he was so smart.
Yeah, and he had an interesting perspective.
He had an interesting perspective on everything, bro. Like, this fool was like nothing. He didn't allow anything to control his thought. Everything was well developed, bro. You know, it was just such an impressive guy. I wish I remember his name. Yeah. I could probably figure it out.
Shout out to him.
I used to write a little bit, and I wrote something when I was like 19, and it was any man that lives by his own rules is like God to me, which is like that, like those people who doesn't matter what you tell them, you're not affected by it.
Integrity.
Yeah, it's just like they are who they are. Nothing.
You're not gonna shift them.
You're not gonna shift them, no matter what laws or whatever you try to put on them. You're not gonna. But sometimes
he wasn't ignorant.
It goes wrong.
He wasn't ignorant about it. Like, he took all the information. What I'm saying though is, like, he was so out of the box, dog, that he blew my mind. So one time he told me, he's like, Angelo, remember this: you vote with your dollar. This whole democratic shit, nobody cares. You vote with your dollar. So whatever you want to put your effort behind, you pay for. If you don't want to buy that, then you don't put your money behind it, right? And so that to me is where this cancellation came from. But what I've extrapolated was, like, you know what? I'm okay with someone being canceled as long as, let's say Travis Scott, right? I decide to go on Spotify and say, don't play this artist. Don't tell you a damn thing. It's my decision, right? I'm thinking about it. I'm like, nah, I don't want to put my dollar behind that. What anybody else does is none of my fucking business. And then you do it. And then you do it. And you don't tell nobody. You do it by yourself. And then LJ does it. And now everyone's done it and no one's told anybody. And next thing you know, you don't hear from Travis, bro. And everyone wonders, like, what the fuck happened? Like, oh, why stop streaming his shit? Oh, so did I. That to me would be an authentic cancellation. My issue with cancellation is that the only way people get canceled is if I go on a TikTok and say, if you follow Travis Scott, you are a stupid asshole bitch. So now I have this, like, pressure from you who is my peer, and so I don't want to feel ousted by you. Like, there's no way but even if I slightly feel like, well, that's not how I see the information. Yeah. That's my issue. If cancellation happens organically, dog, and we just all decide to do it without any fucking external pressure, then that's just how it is, bro.
Yeah, it shouldn't be to socially survive.
Right. It's almost like everybody is influencing the demand. Like, which is always the case, right? There's always influence on the demand side of the market, but just doing it overtly, dog, to me is like, it's annoying because it's like, well, can I have a thought? Yeah.
There's another part too from about cancellation. I mean, there's a lot of things that are wrong with it, but I said right, I wouldn't play R. Kelly's music, right?
Yeah, and that's your choice, bro.
That's my choice.
Smart one. I wouldn't do this. I'd do the same.
My mind's telling me no.
Let's say somehow, bro.
But my body's telling me yeah.
baby, I don't
want to hurt nobody.
That's actually not a true statement, though, right? He just lied in the song.
But there's something that I
Just
but let's say 20 years from now, somehow I witness an authentic change from him, and it feels authentic to me. I might have to go back to the drawing board.
Yes.
Because even if I'm not financially supporting him, first of all, I'm not burying him as a person, you know. From a moral standpoint, I'm not judging him in a place. I mean, obviously, I don't agree with what he did. It's not cool. I don't fuck with it at all. That's why I wouldn't financially support.
Yeah, but
him.
you're not going out and saying none of you guys fuck with them.
Yeah.
You're just taking an individual response and saying I'm not gonna fuck with them anymore.
Yeah, nor and in that way. But
Yeah.
I don't hold any vitriol towards him either, because
That's
that's a whole other conversation. But he doesn't need forgiveness from me because I don't condemn him, even though I condemn the action.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the judge. It's not my job here.
Of course,
that's what I
100%.
believe on earth. Is not my job to be the judge. Somebody else. But that shit fucking.
What?
I get fucking distracted with that.
I
shit.
don't know who does that shit all the
Okay,
time.
it throws me the fuck off.
That's my favorite part, though.
My bad.
But anyways,
I'm with you, bro.
Rounding back to where I was going about what one of my problems with canceling is that just an eternal cancel button like that. That's just a one-stop shop. Is not allowing for growth in people.
Yeah.
And like my man G has on his shoulder, we're always perfectly in progress. So you're never going to be a finished product. And if I just throw somebody into a ditch today, I don't know the human they can become 20 years from now.
Yeah.
If Malcolm X was
Detroit Red, right?
Malcolm X was a pimp, right?
Pimp, gangster, robber, Detroit Red.
Hurt a lot of people.
Went to jail.
Abused a lot of people. Did a lot of shit. If you just killed him that day, he wouldn't be the Muslim loving man that he was at the end of his life.
Yeah, teacher, leader,
leader, and got to a place of love because obviously between there he had grown, but he still had this like white devil shit. And then if you stopped him there, you wouldn't have got to the
end,
the post Mecca Malcolm.
Yeah,
the one that went to Mecca and came back and was like, "Yo, no, we're all God's children, white, black, yellow, whatever. It doesn't matter."
And then they killed him.
And then they killed him there. But my point is, if we just cancel somebody and 100% and just like don't leave them any room to grow, then we're doing ourselves and them a disservice. And none of us are perfect.
But how about just playing devil's advocate? I agree with what you're saying, but then how do you convince someone that they have something to change? Because if I don't voice my opinion, then that person thinks, well, fuck it. It doesn't really matter. Nobody cares. No one's watching. So there has to be a way for you to how do you goad them into growth?
That's a great question.
I'm just posing it.
And this goes to Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And one of the topics in there is he says the people that did wrong never think they did anything wrong.
Of course.
Right? And then and that goes to like when you try to approach someone, so like, hey, you did this, everyone's going to act defensive. Unless there is someone that has an open mind, everyone's going to act defensive initially unless they like let it resonate with them. Mm-hmm. So people are automatically going to be like, it's really hard to come to someone and say, that's why they have full interventions.
Well, here it comes back to the point of that what we're talking about, compassion. You tell the person from a place of compassion, truly. Instead of doing this like you're fucking everything's wrong with you and fuck you and fuck everything you stand for and fuck your whole life and fuck your whole existence. I think we come to the table with like, look, we're all on the same team. I'm on your team too. For all the ugly things that you've done in your life, I still love you and I have compassion for where you are now and for the potential that you have as a person. This and this and this and this is where I see. Or that we see, or whoever sees, might be a problem, and this is why we think it's a problem. These people are experiencing this from your actions.
But I think you have to approach it that way. I think people that just come straight at you and just try to tell you
with hate.
Yeah, but remember,
I think if people
can have that conversation. I can never have the conversation with R. Kelly.
No, maybe not. And the conversation.
That's the difference.
The conversation is almost a symbol for the approach.
Right. What you're trying to say is the approach.
Like, the type of approach.
I get you. But what I'm saying, you may not have an answer, and I'm not asking you directly. I'm saying it as the posture that things to think about, right? As we're meditating on this idea, right? Then how do us lowly people get the message to celebrities if it's not in some form of cancellation? Now, do I agree with you, bro? I think I think if I'm gonna make a TikTok, Angelo, right? Angelo's gonna make a TikTok on the things that R. Kelly does. Put the information out there. This whole concept of canceling and you should like point to anybody who's viewing your thing like you shouldn't do it. That's the part that needs to be omitted. Now, this was done. Here's what I think about what R. Kelly's done
And how I feel.
and how I feel about it and how I think the victims feel about it. End. Period.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. That's it. Put the information out there, how I feel about it, and then boom.
And you can even say, this is what I'm doing about it.
Exactly.
You know what I really like was
That's a great point. That is a great point.
Yeah. Without having
Like, for example, like
Without-
I'm liking, subscribing, and commenting on this video.
Sobre las olas.
So you
Sobre
should do
las
that
olas.
too. Not
Yeah.
saying... is it-
We invite you to do
I
the
invite you to do that. You don't got to do it, but if you didn't, like, it'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, so it made me think of this song this week. It's from Omar Apollo and Caliucci. It's called Bad Life.
Bad life. Yeah.
Ooh, that was a good song.
That's a great track.
Very good time.
They can probably make a... Oh, here's...
I mean, can I just send it to somebody? Can I just send it to somebody? Like that's
Do it, bro.
Like no, like when something's bothering me, like you need to change, you're living a bad life. Can I just send it to him?
Yeah,
Like
it's a little bit pretentious.
like is that like a?
You might lose friendships for it, but it's pretentious.
Dude,
But
I lose friendships. Okay,
it's
here's what
pretentious, but it's not above you. So
yeah. So what I did want to say, I don't want to stay on this too long. There was just a question that was I was trying to play with in my head, like a mind
you
game.
play with yourself.
But I play with myself all the time. Message is when you're that big, like no matter like
Sorry. Yeah.
like the bigger you get or the more people that pay attention to you,
There you go.
there's going to be more people that don't like you, regardless, right? I could say
More of everything.
Yeah, I can say I like
More money, more
I
problems,
like these vapes, these type of vapes over this one, and then I can get a whole thing of people like, oh fuck him, fuck those vapes are trash. What the fuck does he know? He's an idiot. Like, but the bigger you get, the more that crowd becomes,
Yeah.
and it can become ugly.
Biggie said, bro, more money, more problems.
And then Joe Budden said, or no money, more problems. So it's the same thing.
No, come on. You literally just like went against your own point right now. You're
No, I'm saying like. I'm just followers. I'm just saying if you're like the broker you are, the harder shit gets, right?
Yeah, but the more money you have, the bigger the problems.
I just think I think regardless
you
of
will
your
not have lawsuits of like $100 million on your name ever.
yeah, but I still owe someone $20. I don't, but I'm just saying. Anyhow,
Just putting it in perspective, what you're saying. So I interrupted you. You're saying someone's always
Omar Apollo, Caliucci's. Did we like the song? Did we not like it? How was the collab? He said he wanted a full collab album.
I want a full collab album, bro. I think it would be great.
I think that would be amazing. I also like...
Especially because I'm amazing. You can tell me. Oh, bro, that like vibe with Cali would be so hot, bro.
We used to fuck on the side. Yeah, I'll be cooking and shit, and I'll be like,
Oh, you be
I'll be cooking my bacon and shit. I'll be like, we used to fuck on the side.
bacon.
Well, I mean, I cook bacon, but I'm just saying like it's on my.
You're looking at the bacon. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
which
is
bacon
the bacon more
tender?
tender
I
when
was
you
looking
talk
at
to
your
it like
bacon.
that?
So we had a lot of things happen. Okay, Travis, that was one. Second is we saw the first Mexican
Mexican-born, yeah.
Mexican-born undisputed champion in the last 40 years. Canelo
Mexican
Alvarez.
born? Why Mexican born? He's a citizen now?
No, just he's like...
Oh, you just want to say that?
Yeah, I just
No,
want to
he's
emphasize it.
Because I couldn't say
My bad, bro.
I couldn't say Latino because Teofimo Lopez just unified last year against Lomachenko, right? So it couldn't be the first Latino.
Had to be the first Mexican. Got it.
Yeah. So the first Mexican, which is huge because Teofimo's from Honduras, which there are not many boxers
La
from
H.
there.
Arriba
I
la
don't even know who he is.
Arriba la H, bro.
But
I don't need to
Mexicans
know.
are very prominent in boxing, and they've been around. They've been among a lot of the elite for many since the 70s, I guess.
Yeah.
70s, 80s, and but Canelo's done something that no one else has done, and it's also a 4-bout era. That's a lot of info, but yeah, that's what it is. Did you guys watch the fight? What was it like? I sent you the link.
I didn't watch the fight. I got too lazy to watch it. It's because I was with Mario and that fool, like we were doing some stuff. But I watched the knockout with Ralito and I went off for a little bit. So.
LJ, what'd you think?
I thought I thought Plant was he's better than I thought he was, man.
He was nice, bro.
Yeah.
Defense.
Yeah.
He actually.
He had a little short right. He had like that slick.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
His Philly shell was actually really
nice,
good.
Very nice.
I was a big fan of him before. I always talked about him before. I didn't know his Philly shell was that nice though.
It's
What's
nice.
a Philly shell?
So the Philly shell, it's what Mayweather does. So it's
Oh, where you put your shoulder out.
yeah. So it's like this.
And he stands. He
So
gives
if
you
you-
a side of the whole time.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah,
punch this, you hit his shoulder.
Yeah, and
you
you're
come
just-
here,
you're
you're
just
here.
smaller-
So
you're just a
everything
smaller target.
is hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Canelo kept hitting him here.
In the rib.
Yeah, because his
Oh,
hands
On
here.
this side over here. So
Yeah,
That'll
so
do
he
you,
just kept
bro.
hitting him. Well, you break down the body, you break down everything else.
His shit was fucking red by like
That'll
round
do you,
4.
bro, for sure.
But yeah, I did think Plant. Look, I mean, he's a good boxer, bro. I already knew that, you know.
Yeah,
so,
he just no power, man.
I was gonna say, yeah.
no power, man.
But what he found out, what I feel he found out very fast was that he couldn't hurt Canelo, and Canelo could hurt him. And by like round 4 or 5, he was just trying to survive. That's
No,
how-
I had him up. I swear to you, I had him up. This is my text message group.
yeah.
I had him 5-1.
God damn!
Yeah, I know.
I only had him winning the first round because
But no, he was still tagging him, but just no power behind it.
no, but also a lot of those jabs weren't getting through, dog. They weren't not a lot of them.
Hey,
were getting
Canelo's
through.
face was a little red
no,
at the end
some
of the
got
fight.
through,
But
some got through.
no power. That's why nothing was big.
So
But also Canelo's defense was on point, bro.
I thought his defense was actually pretty bad.
Oh, see, we saw a different fight.
No, but I thought like it got better. But so the last 3 or 4 fights since he moved up to 168, actually did so with Kovalev too, is he keeps walking in like this and he's walking in straight. He's not moving as much. He can as the fight progresses, but he's trying to stalk you where he's staying in the middle and he's getting a lot of hits here.
But I think from my
But
perspective,
he moves. He still moves. He's the best mover, top 3 mover in the game right now.
and I feel like a lot of those shots right here, he was actually reaching out and parrying
Yeah.
a lot of the jabs, like straight up parrying.
Yeah.
And a lot of the shots to the head, he was just blocking them. That's why he didn't move that much because he was just walking in, and that fool was throwing them into his glove. I felt like a lot of them were thrown into his glove.
It doesn't matter. He got pillow hands. It doesn't matter where he hit.
And that's the other part of it was that he doesn't hit hard.
So what was the final scorecard?
Canelo was up
Canelo was up. I think
on
I
all
think
3 cards.
Yeah, I think the closest they had it was he had won 3 rounds.
Which was such a
Which
surprise.
Which was
rounds?
closer to what
yours-
my scoring was, but
Just to put that W out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But which is
Just to put that W.
Which is
out there.
very-
Just like
which is
RW,
very
pretty
do-
soon, bro. I said just like RW.
That next W is coming too. dog.
Oh man, fuck yeah.
Y'all gonna get
And yeah, so it was.
That's just
What I thought was very funny being on. He
gonna
was
be
on.
pairing both
Canelo
of
was
you.
finally on a different promotion, but I think the promotion is still catering to him because they're trying to bring him in.
Yeah, he's the cash cow.
Big- yeah,
You have to tend to him.
Payday.
Hey, did you hear that?
Yeah, I
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, so
Payday.
speaking of paydays, so we are doing the competition.
Yes.
Body transformation, not weight loss, because I'll lose more weight than any motherfucker here. But body transformation, because he's trying to gain weight. J.
Yeah,
Ish.
I guess.
You trying to lose is what you trying to do. You trying to lose, and
Hey.
for all intents and purposes, you gonna lose to me too.
I thought we're on the same team.
Yeah, but I said before the camera went, or maybe I was on camera. Was I on camera?
No.
Hey, well, you want
I
to do
said-
individuals,
I
bro.
said-
That's easy.
I've
bro.
been saying
easy.
That's easy.
This competition started before you guys even knew this competition started. A and B. I want to be supreme champ. That I even want to beat Tony out.
No. You got to
We still
understand.
in the
You call this man your teammate.
You have to understand.
Oh, man.
Knowledge of it, first of all. Second of all, you got muscle memory. Right? This
Which I
is
still got on you. What the fuck?
Nah, no,
I've been bigger than you could ever
No,
dream
but-
to be.
I was told I can't talk about veganism anymore. But anyhow, you don't eat meat, so what the fuck?
Bro,
Your body's gonna be soft. as shit.
and that's
you know what? No,
and-
you're on
and
my
that-
team. You're gonna be fine.
No, and that's
I'll-
exactly
I'll
why I
give
want to
you
shit
egg
on Tony
protein.
because I want him to like.
we're on the same team.
No, but you have a big ass mouth. So
Hey,
I
this is how
can't-
we're gonna win, bro.
You see,
I know.
they're falling apart already, guys.
No,
Check
don't
this out.
worry, bro.
Imploding
Don't worry.
already?
Don't worry. I'm
When
gonna
you
be,
guys are finally-
I'm gonna
According
be
to plan.
so. I'm
When you
gonna be
guys-
so fucking dope that it's not gonna matter what's on. Like
Well,
you're gonna
bro,
just sit in the corner.
Bro, when
bro.
you guys are fighting with each other, me and him are gonna be passing tips, bro. Or I'm gonna be sending him all
No,
my
but
shit.
Are you guys gonna play just a tip?
The reason I decided.
After the dub, you feel me?
The reason I decided that I was even still gonna try to beat Tony out, even if he's on my team, like, well, I'm gonna still motivate the man. But it's because he's got such a big mouthpiece on him that I want him to fucking beg me to say, like, I'm sorry, dog. I shouldn't open my mouth. I ate meat the whole time and still can't look better than you. You feel me? Like, That's a little side conversation.
He's out here on a vegan crusade.
And now I'm getting in his head. So now the man's gonna go hard. So what does that mean?
So now I'm gonna
beat you guys for sure.
I don't know.
I don't.
I've been fucking maquineando the whole week, bro.
Maquinando. Let us take before pictures and then be maquinando. Fucking. Anyhow, so most of the time. I know this guy for a long time. Truth is, I really don't like him. However, he does impress me. So I was driving over here today, and I heard Jesse Boykins, "No Love Without You." And I was like, oh, fuck, this is so good. And I was like, please, Ulysses, put it on. Please, Ulysses, put it on. And no, he got me again. So I'll give you props. I
haven't heard it yet. So
no, it was nice. I was actually very surprised by it. Again, I was hoping it was you. But
my ops just always want me to lose, bro. That's my motivation.
Well, on the playlist, you the opposite. Losing weight, we're on the same team. So I'll give you some steak, bro. Don't trip. All right. So anyhow,
shot.
So with that said,
bring me a shot. Have you heard that Drake meme? I don't know what the fuck the audio's from, bro, but he says like, "Don't tell me to breathe. Bring me a shot. Bring me a shot."
Bring me a shot, then, fool.
That's how.
How's up?
Say it again. Why was what?
So onto UFC, which had a great fight card, probably fight card of the year.
It was great.
December looks pretty good though.
But the next one?
Yeah,
next one looks great.
It's fire. But yeah, this one so far I think.
So far. But you had Justin Gaethje against Michael Chandler. First fight. That should have been co-main event.
I think it's because it was a 3-rounder, bro.
They should have given it 5. I want to watch that fight like 15 more times.
I know. I think when there's matchups like that, just give it 5.
Yeah. They do it with Nate Diaz all the time.
Yeah, no. I honestly, I didn't get to see it live, but I did see a lot of it afterwards.
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Hey, did you guys see that Dana White was watching the UFC thing and watching the Canelo thing on his laptop?
Yeah.
Because he bet 100,000 on Canelo, bro.
Damn.
Of course he did.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
I'm just saying that's hilarious because the guy fucking does he own it?
At his company,
Does he own it? Yeah, it's his company, right?
Well, he sold it now.
That was
No,
during the
he's
Rose
partial
fight, too.
owner.
He's still partial.
I think that shit's fucking hilarious,
It was
bro.
during the Rose fight. They were fighting at the same time.
Yeah, the Rose fight.
That
But
should let you know, bro, that money is always the motivation.
hey, shout out to
Thug
Thug Rose. Thug Rose,
man.
Yo, you know what's funny is like the way she
that-
looks. I went on her Instagram and just like scrolled. Like I was looking at her old shit. She has long hair. She has this video singing like Little Mermaid.
I've never seen her with long hair.
Yeah, so
it's
she's
totally different, bro.
Bro,
Like,
she
it's
is
crazy.
beautiful, bro.
What are you trying to say? She's not beautiful?
No, she looks like scary. Like the way she looks right now is kind of
It's
scary.
intense. It's intense.
Yeah. But she has this video with long hair singing like Little Mermaid, and you're just like,
Oh, you're like, oh, how sweet.
I was like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so cute.
Fucking rip
Yeah,
her head
no,
off, boy.
she'll fucking.
She'll rip it off, boy.
Oh, she is fucking nuts.
She's
bro.
a badass.
She's good.
She was still who's her opponent?
Zhang from China.
Who's a badass too, bro?
Yeah, she was still favored to win, even though she lost. She got knocked out by her the last fight.
Yo, Zhang is
5-1.
ripped. Hey, I guarantee she's on steroids, bro. I'm putting it out right now. I guarantee.
She's
bro.
a bad
Bro, she's
girl. Bro.
ripped. Hey, her shoulders come out like this, bro. Like
She's
like
a-
Dwight Howard and shit, bro.
Hey,
It is nuts.
She's a Chinese girl. Fucking she fights like a machine, bro.
Yeah, no, she's nice. She's really, really good.
And her,
She's beat everybody
you know,
except
doing all
Rose.
kinds of weird shit in China, bro.
I think she trains here in Arizona, right?
I
I know, but they
I-
still send her the chemicals from China, bro.
Everything's made
they
in
still
China,
send
bro.
that Wuhan.
Hey.
They still send that Wuhan wizardry over here.
I love the alliteration, the Wuhan wizardry, bro. That's what I'm just saying out there. 'cause
I mean, it didn't work
I
that
don't
well,
know,
bro, because she lost
I don't
twice.
know. I'm just saying.
What'd you say?
It didn't work that well. She lost twice.
Yeah, that lab that produced the shit is
Nah, it's because everyone
is done now, bro.
everyone prefers the redemption arc, bro. So she's taking some L's just so she can come back and just take all the dubs, bro.
Because there's really nobody else in that weight class, really. It's only them two. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that might be a
I mean,
challenge.
hey,
What the
what
fuck, how does
girls?
that work?
Well, because
Well, 'cause they
No,
There's
there's other women in that class, but they just
Oh, yeah.
not good.
There's less
Like, who the
girls,
fuck
so
do
less
they fight?
competition.
They just fight each other every week, you know?
That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
that's
bitch,
what
me and
happened,
you again?
um,
See you next week, you know?
Like Amanda Nunes has no one else to fight.
There's nobody in the whole company.
Like she has multiple weight classes and she could go up or down, but
No,
there's
that-
no one else for her to fight
No,
because she beats everybody.
That woman they should do a pay per view like us four versus her. Then. that's the only chance.
A bunch
she
of
has.
130
And
pounders?
even then,
Definitely not doing
and
that.
even then, Rushie's the favorite.
No, she's. Have you seen
Hey,
her?
question,
She's
question,
big.
question for the idiot in the
she's
room
strong
about
as
sports.
fuck.
Are weight classes a range? Because didn't they say Canelo was like 169?
168.
168.
So how does that work? Everyone has to be 168?
Super middleweight. So to weigh in for
That
the
weight
fight, you
class.
have to be under 168.
The day before the fight.
Oh, so you
So-
want to be 168 because okay.
Yeah.
So 2 days ago,
Jesus Christ, that's
2 days
so
ago,
accurate.
I was on the I was
It
on
is,
the
bro.
I was on the boxing history
Channel. There's a channel.
thread on Twitter, and Sugar Ray Leonard, one of the greatest boxers of all time,
Yeah, I agree.
he fought for a light heavyweight title. But because he fought for a light heavyweight title, he also fought for the super middleweight title at 168. Because he did that, the light heavyweight had to drop down to 168.
So how does that work? People always say
As
like,
long as
drop
you're
down.
under, it doesn't matter if you're over is no
Like,
good.
what
You
he's
have to be
saying
under.
is like some people like
You just have to be under the weight.
like Canelo probably naturally walks around like 185. I would guess. What do you think?
Yeah,
That's a big man, bro.
180 at 5'8", 5'9". Big. How tall are
Because he
you?
went up though.
5'10". He did go up.
Yeah.
He did go up. But
So that's not
nowadays,
his natural,
or let's say
like-
let's go like
Oh, I mean, and Canelo got popped, so I'm just gonna throw that out there.
yeah.
No,
That's not a good example.
I
Okay,
think my
like,
question
like Khabib.
One-
He naturally walks around like 195, bro, and he fought at
155?
155.
No.
So
does he? You think 190?
there was like a. I remember. I could be off, but I remember him.
Well, I mean, what is he coming off?
I
Fight
remember
night,
him
though.
one
now,
time.
Probably now that he's not fighting.
Yeah,
he's
Yeah, I
probably
guess.
wrong.
off season or something.
I just remember seeing one time in his career that like one of those long layoffs after one of his injuries and shit.
Yeah, okay.
He was like at 190, 195.
What are you weighing right now?
I weigh like 175 right now. I was at 195 for a long time. Now I'm really
Yeah, but you were ripped. What do you now? Fat and
no,
skinny
I'm a little
fat.
sloppy.
You're gonna lose, brother. You're
175,
gonna
like-
lose. You're gonna
You
lose.
look heavier than 175, bro.
I know, bro.
It's the fries you ate.
You know what's gonna happen?
I don't look that.
I know what's gonna happen. When we win, me and my boy right here win, right? We're gonna take.
I like that. I
We're
like
gonna
Don't
take.
laugh at that, bro.
We're gonna take your comb over, and your pretty boy haircut,
Shave it
and you
off.
guys gonna both get the Britney,
like Kanye. That
like
would be
Kanye.
fucking Money,
You're gonna
bro.
both get the
The only
Britney
reason
like
I don't
Kanye.
want to put
The
that
three-
is because
the
I don't
three
want to get my
dubs?
shit cut.
You don't want to get your Kanye. Hey, I'm good for the Kanye. My hair's already like that.
You know,
You have to shave your
I
beard
appreciate your.
Bald.
No, before you say
Everything.
something,
No,
let's
just
talk about
shave
it. I appreciate that, but I don't know that I can go there, bro.
Hey, bro, if you lose, bro, we just shave the middle. of
Yeah,
your
bald.
shit. Hey, you gotta keep it, dog. You gotta keep it for like
Like how long?
At least a week.
no more than that, bro.
Pod with it? I'll pod
Because
with it.
if we agree to this shit
Hey,
in our
I'm-
heads, it's gonna take a while, dog. It's at least
A month.
2 to 3 a month. Yeah.
Oh, so
A month before you can cut it back and make it all one.
Fix
style
it,
or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
I do have a current bet, and this might work with us as well. I have a bet with what's my homies over on this side.
I know you
Other
got
homies.
homies. You don't.
And
bro.
but this bet's been going on for 3 years. Like no one's ever won. The bet is
You gonna win here, bro.
the first person that gets a 6-pack, you have to put him as your man crush Monday.
Damn,
on
how
your
could you?
post.
How come you guys haven't done like?
Because none of us get a 6-pack. We're fat as fuck.
This is not even a competition. Like, okay, it's actually it's a reverse competition. It's like nobody do it. Now that way, none of us have to do it. You know?
Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna win that. Especially
Hey,
with this one,
but
I'm
now
gonna double
let
it up.
those homies watch this because they're gonna know that we're really going for it.
I'm gonna double
now.
up. I'm gonna double up. So speaking of Kanye,
Kanye.
drink chaps.
Slow down, guys. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh,
my bad, yeah.
formerly known as FKA.
Formerly.
Sorry, I didn't know his pronoun. My bad. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna put it as my pronoun.
That would be funny. It's not applicable to you at all, but that would be funny. Yeah.
Should I put on IG
Your pronouns?
pronouns?
Actually,
I have my pronouns on
No,
Twitter.
just yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have my pronouns on Twitter. It's like King God.
So yay was on fucking Drink Champs. Shout out to Nori and
Shout out to Nori for getting that
DJ
interview,
EFN.
bro. Shout out to Nori for getting that interview. That shit was great.
So how did we like it?
it was fucking compelling as fuck.
Compelling. is the word.
It's compelling.
Is your
bro.
part 2 still coming out?
No, they ended it there.
Oh, they ended. Okay.
And there were some parts that were chopped off. You see?
I
you
saw
noticed a
some
couple
of that, yeah.
times? They totally chopped it off. What were some of the highlights for
Go
you?
ahead, bro. No, go ahead. Well, you liked it.
I liked they did it too.
You didn't like it? You weren't entertained by it?
It's
I'm,
not that
I'm
I-
saying entertained. I didn't say.
Oh,
watch the whole thing?
I'm not
So,
putting
all
a.
right, let me.
I'm not
I didn't
putting
watch.
a-
I didn't watch a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I heard like this little segment, right? And the segment I watched was when he talks about the frequency in the 808.
808s. Yeah, that was hard.
Oh, we were.
And then
we were
a lot
talking
of
about
people
this.
were linking that to like the Travis thing
Yeah.
too. I mean, I think it is true though. There is frequencies that can do something to somebody.
I 100% agree. I don't, and it does.
Yeah.
It does, dude. Like, if
Like
you
subliminally,
why,
it just
again. That's why when you play fucking that Leon Bridges album, I'm just bringing that up because we talked about it on the pod, and it's something that you guys can go look back. When we talked about that album, we talked about how we felt just listening to it. It put us in this space, this peaceful, nice space. There's not an 808 in sight, bro. There's no low tones like that in there.
Right. So, you know how you guys talk about like how the media divides everyone. I mean, we know that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's also big money in music too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
When people hear certain music, like at Astroworld or somewhere, you know what I mean, it's not very peaceful.
Bro,
right?
I think you can
And
totally say Travis's music.
And real quick,
In general, though, there's a lot of music out there.
No,
Just
but
in case-
it
look,
incites of bro. Travis shit incites a feeling.
just
dog,
just in
and
case the people didn't see the drink samp shit, what Ye said, and he said it in another interview before
good
too.
point.
And he referenced Shockers, which I know nothing about, so I'm not gonna touch that. But basically, what he was saying is like 808s and that those low frequencies are like darker, not in tone as far as they're like they bring us down to a place,
darker vibration.
The
a darker
emotions they
vibration that
evoke.
are like heavier and unpeaceful,
Gritty a little bit.
yeah, dark and angry.
So with that said, I have 3 playlists called Streetlights. They all say the same thing. They all have, and now I think someone that puts a lot of those beats in them is Giveon. No?
Yeah.
4 Tonight.
I have to go back and listen. Now that you've said that, I'm gonna go back and study it.
But I feel like those.
But they're mixed with a lot of chords, dog, and so I think.
But that bass line, I think it's the like the.
Is it an 808 though?
I gotta
I
go
don't-
listen to the.
I don't know the fucking
That's
difference.
what I'm saying. I don't think I've caught an 808 in Giveon's music.
What?
I'd go check it.
I'm gonna be. You guys answer this. I'm gonna be dumb fan right now.
Yeah.
What the fuck is an 808? 808 heartbreaks. That's all I know.
808 is a type
Say
of
you will.
bass.
Yeah,
I know.
it's a hit. Like,
But it's like it's like a pattern on a drum pattern. It's like
It's
the
not even.
sound on
It's
there.
not a pattern.
it's not a-
It's what
it's a
makes
bass,
the song
bro.
feel so full at
So,
the bottom range.
Because
yeah, a lot of trance has like
Yep.
909, so it's like a little bit higher. Like it's not 808. It's like more hip hop bass hit. You know
So
what I mean?
it's
It's
808's
a
deeper.
deep
Yeah.
frequency.
it's low.
Oh,
It's
no, yeah,
really
yeah.
low.
It's almost impalpable sometimes. Like you can't tell it's there. Like
Yeah, you can play it. There's some that just sounds like air. kinda.
yeah, but it's you can tell when you have a subwoofer, bro. You can tell where that 808 is because you're like,
Especially at a concert.
fuck yeah, bro.
Especially
When
when
you,
they have like the biggest subs,
You're
in the
like
world,
this-
bro. You feel it, yeah.
and so just to speak on the reference you made about Astroworld, the reason people are saying that is because, and if you listen to clips before the actual show kicked off,
heard
Tone,
about that.
there was a fucking like.
So it just got people like anxious, bro. I heard.
People were
No, of
get-
course you
people-
would
That's
get
what I
it.
was feeling at EDC.
People were saying. People
an
were
808?
saying. People were, you took an 808. That's good. People were saying that like, well, SZA after her show left and said she felt sick. Some people were doing clips saying that they were like fainting before Travis even started, and people are attributing it to that fucking because it was on repeat, bro, and it was like.
As long as they do that,
Like you
man.
get all fucking tight.
Well, I
bro.
just rewatched Howard Stern's Private Parts. What I told you guys about, where it's like underwears are you're not
That was a
cheating.
great segment. Go ahead.
But you know, he has this thing where Janet Jameson is the actress in it, but she's like, oh, I'm so
She was
horny.
in Private Parts.
She was in Private Parts. She's like, oh, I'm so horny when I listen to you, but I haven't had a man. I haven't came in like months. And he goes, do me a favor. What kind of speakers do you got? All right, lay it on the floor. Turn the treble all the way down. Turn the bass all the way up. Are you ready? Sit down on your speaker. And he's over there like,
Yeah.
and she's over on the phone like, oh my God, this is the greatest
What
thing.
a trip.
Bro, Howard Stern is some wild fucking shit on his show.
Bro, he
He's a wild man.
he's what I think we might have talked about this before. Like that guy is what made podcasts possible.
Yeah.
The ingenuity that he had.
But going back to
Yeah,
because he
like,
said
going back to Ye.
he said some shit, bro, on here.
So, anyways, the 808 thing, just to tie it into that, I think we tied it in. I think that's it.
yeah, but go ahead.
Okay, so he had the 808s, but
There was some Big Sean shit he said. There was some John Legend
so-
shit he
so,
said.
uh,
There was some
I
Common
haven't-
Talib shit he said.
I haven't
There was a
said
lot.
that.
I don't know what was the funniest. I don't know if the Talib was funny, because that was hilarious. I mean, I don't know if it was funnier. That was hilarious. the shit with Big Sean and John
So we gotta
Legend
start
was hilarious.
rocking through some of those.
Is it true that he said like named like Jay-Z? I'm worth more than all of them. Like put
Yeah,
together.
Yeah, he said he
He
put
did
them
that.
all in a group
Okay,
text.
he did say that.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
and he goes, I put him. He said, okay, so he said they dropped Sicko Mode, right, with Travis and Drake, and on the song Drake says like I'll put your face on a T, and he's just like, why the fuck would you guys like let him do this? So then he puts them all in a group text, right? Virgil, Drake,
Virgil too. Oh, I didn't know
Kylie.
that. Okay.
Well, he has beef with all of them. Low
Kim,
key.
Travis, Drake. He puts everyone on there, and he said one of the things I said. One of the bars
One
I
of the
said.
legend bars I said.
Yeah, it was I'm worth more than everyone in this group text combined.
Damn, bro.
Bars. I mean,
So
Well,
for entertainment, just to get my shot off because you fools ain't letting me talk now. But for entertainment purposes, yes, I thought it was great entertainment, dog. I take issue with Kanye a little bit though, like just the things he says sometimes, bro. Like I think he tries to hide them under this Christian thing, but like you just sound like an egomaniac a lot, bro. Like you know what I mean? You sound like and you kind of sound bitter, dog. Like that people like you think you deserve more respect than people give you, and people are like, whatever, dog. You know?
I think he's what you're saying is what I feel also is like he started from a place where no one believed in him.
Yeah.
Right. And this is why he said, I'm Dame Dash for money, because when he went to Rockefeller, Dame Dash wanted to sign him.
Yeah.
Jay-Z didn't.
Yeah.
Like he was still like I feel like he's always had to prove himself, and I feel like there's a part of him that still feels like he has to prove himself, even though he is right when they ask about the verses, right? Or he's like, well, I need someone in fashion. I need someone that makes beats. I need someone that raps. I need everything because
and even in the music, he goes, I need somebody who has radio hits. I need somebody who has great albums. I need somebody, and it's like,
No, he's right. He's right.
He's correct in all these.
100%.
But I think, and I know what his problem is like, at no point did he ever get somewhere and say like he's humble about anything. Like he's still fighting for something. And I think we don't know what it is because it's him in his own mind, but he is kind of still putting everyone down and saying, I'm still good.
but-
and when you come from that place of I need to tell you or I need to convince you, that need comes from an ego place,
Exactly.
Yeah.
which is an egomaniac thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I have to constantly have to remind you how great I am, or I need to tell you that I'm deserving, or I feel I need to prove something, the only part of you that feels that needs to prove anything is your ego.
Yes.
That's the only place that feels that.
So
I rest my case.
it goes back to like the Muhammad Ali thing. Like, I'm gonna tell you how great I am. Right? Has Kanye proven his greatness yet, or you think he's still? And I think there's something he said which I'm just scratching the surface.
I think he has proven it, and I think it gets lost in his antics outside of his art and outside of how he's expressing himself.
I appreciate the word
through
antics.
fashion, through music, through all the things that he does. It gets lost in his antics, because he is great. Like, put all that shit aside,
He's amazing.
he's amazing. He's one of the most amazing artists.
Influential artist of our time.
And we are very fortunate to have grown up in this time to
Yeah,
experience
it's
this from the beginning when he was a nobody.
Yeah, bro, it's fucking
Well,
crazy.
I mean,
Can't,
there's always somebody.
when his first, what's
But
funny?
Kanye, bro,
I know, but there's always somebody, bro.
there hasn't been a Kanye yet.
Yeah,
So, but there hasn't been a world of technology like we have, right? Picasso did what he could with what he had, right? What I'm saying is, there's always a genius.
Oh, of course.
well, there's
Of course,
someone
of
that's
course.
standing above the rest.
I'm just saying, right? There's a genius now that has the power of the internet, which is like really like the internet is what the fuck is it's a magical, bro.
Okay, I do agree with you, but the one thing I do think is different is outside of the other generations is we haven't had someone in music like this, which is like, he's doing fashion and art and everything, but like musically he just comes in and just changes the game, changes the sound, and I'm lost listening to his music multiple times. Like how many different sounds has he made, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, how many different sounds has he made?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And that changed things, bro. Like
It always changes. Every time he comes out, it almost changes the landscape a little bit, alters it a little bit.
it does.
Anyways.
But probably my favorite thing of the.
I'll explain.
Sí o no, cabrón?
Well, I'll explain I will explain what I'm thinking. But go ahead, Tony. Sorry, finish.
I was just gonna say one of my favorite things of all of it was the part where he was giving Drake his props so many times over.
Yeah, and I think we should because some people didn't watch this, and then those who watched it are gonna come here and be like, "Well, what do you think about the topics?" I think we should talk about the topics. And yeah, we'll start with that. I think that was cool. That was cool. For as much illuminating that he did about the back and forth with Drake, he gives him his props as far as like, yo, this motherfucker is the man who's sold more records than anybody. He's done some shit musically that's
he changed rap.
He changed rap. He's a special, you know what I mean? So and where I think he also tied it in when he was talking about we're professional rappers, we're professional hip hop artists.
That was good.
He's saying that the battles and those shits are them playing the game. Yeah. As far as from his side, he's like these moves are in the game, but I have love for him and I respect him overall. You know, and I don't know. Maybe I believe him, maybe I don't. I don't know. No, I think, but at least he mentions
you do because he.
I do.
He directed Drake's first big hit.
Over. Just hold on and go.
No.
I mean, Drake's first big hit.
In the gym,
best I ever had.
Best I ever had. Yeah. He directed that video. Like
why'd I go to fucking the other one?
I don't know. He went 4 years later.
Because I was thinking of I remember it being like singy. So
you were thinking of Magic Jordan. Well, but I mean, he's been a fan for a long time.
Yeah.
And I think what happens at the top is
especially in hip hop,
which I don't think happens in many other genres.
It doesn't make sense.
And reggaeton happens a lot too. Is the competition, right? Mm-hmm. Rap is at the end of the day, it's like playing basketball. It's like we're competition.
That's why you kept referencing that.
Yeah. Because they're always like, no matter how good we get, it's like I see you over there. It's like, oh, you're pretty good. All right, well, we're going at it. And I've actually seen podcasters do this with each other because it's like now they're starting to get into that realm, which is their competition, which is
don't try it.
Yeah, because we coming for your neck, bitch.
So one thing I'll add, the way. And maybe I'm gonna play a devil's advocate for the fuck of it. I don't even know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm busting a Tony now.
I think you are devil's advocate.
You keep rubbing that table, right?
Well, because I'm
I don't know what's gonna happen right now.
I'm flattening out my ideas so you guys can understand
it. You're clearing the landscape.
Yeah, I'm just trying to clear what you said. I'm trying to clear that so you guys can hear what I'm saying. No, what I want to say is it puts into perspective Drake's interview with those two dudes. What were their names?
Radar.
Right, where Drake said, like, they ask him, like, oh, would you ever want to clear it? And he says, not really, right? Because the issues that Kanye has with me are his issues, not mine. And I think this podcast that Kanye did made it very clear that it's like Kanye reads into lines that Drake makes. Maybe they're for Kanye, maybe they're not, right? Kanye says, like, if you're in there, you know, if you're not in there, you wouldn't get it. And that's why it's like, but at the end of the day, it is kind of Kanye having an issue and Drake saying, like, what's the problem? I didn't fuck your girl and I don't really give a fuck. And I sell more records than you. So what's the problem?
I think, so what you're saying is what Kanye said, which is like, yeah, and then I bit his ear, right? Mike Tyson bit his ear. It's like, no one sees what else is going on. They don't see the head, but it's like, and then when Drake comes out, he's like, oh, nothing's going on. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but I, to some degree, I don't know if I believe Kanye, because when you're an egomaniac, you make things about yourself.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That's the part of being an egomaniac.
Okay, so but when you're in the rap game, you're always like listening, like, oh, he's taking shots at me, right? I think it's just part of the game. So.
But I also did. I grant that, and that's there's some truth there.
Thank you.
But also, Drake's a passive aggressive motherfucker.
For sure.
How long have we known this, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, he's you know what I mean. So there's probably a little bit of both is true.
Yeah,
I think they're both egomaniacs.
And they're both egomaniacs.
Yeah, I know Drake's an egomaniac.
They are because, I told Mario this recently. Shout out to Mario.
My boy.
We reference him all the time. Somebody we love. I told him
he's a voice in the hip hop community.
We talked about this. We talked about, I don't know what we were talking about, and I said not everything is a move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it goes back to that sort of shit. It's like if I was Kanye's friend or something like that, and we're sitting in that room, and he's like, "No, this fool moved four blocks away from me."
Yeah.
Like Kanye, bro. Not everything is a move, bro. He might.
But if you move 4 blocks with me, bro, that's a move.
Oh no, okay, but I know,
but they live next to every celebrity in Calabasas.
Everybody lives in Calabasas.
Yes, bro.
And secondly, I just brought that one up just to bring it up. But I'm just saying,
it was 5 blocks, by the way. Just clarify.
If Angelo's point is true, right? If Angelo's point is true that he's reading into more than there is, it would be that. It would be like you're making moves that aren't moves. They're just an expression of that has nothing to do with you, bro.
Yeah, so it's like one person thinks they're playing a game, the other person's like, dude, I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
I don't know.
That could be.
What the fuck
I'm just saying
about?
that could potentially be happening.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So,
Drake kept giving.
Kanye kept giving Drake his props for changing the rap game. Right, he brought in raps, he brought in melodies into raps. He changed the way you speak about things. Mm-hmm. Do you think Kanye was authentic in giving Drake his props, or was he just like,
Yeah, I think so. I think so because he said he talked big about Jay in like a positive way, where like when he asked him about the verses, when Nori asked him about the verses, and then obviously, and then Nori was like, well, there's only two people, right, that you could do it, right, and then Ye was like, well, Drake, right? Everyone wants to say Drake, which is the obvious one. And then Nori was like, well, Jay too, And he was like, oh shit. And then he said he would never do a battle against Jay.
Why?
Because that's his boss.
Hose up to the boss.
Hose up to
the balls.
To the balls.
To the walls.
To the sweat down on my balls.
Oh, these females. Cross.
So he bigged up Jay in that moment, but then there was other moments where he.
We got a big.
You could have perceived it as negative talk on Jay.
Oh, so my favorite.
Way, I don't think he's consistent at all.
But in that way, it makes it seem honest because in this area, this is how he feels about him, and in this area, this is how he feels about him.
My favorite part was when he goes, "How many times you and Jay falling out?" He goes, "Fuck, all the time. That's my brother." And then he goes, "Yeah, when I'm on that Ye shit and he's on the J shit, we don't say shit.
Don't say shit. Like, we don't talk to each other."
Yeah, but I mean, I get it, but because both their egos are so big and they both are considered the greatest of what they've done in their perspective thing, right? And Kanye wants to be Kanye. The only thing he doesn't have is the greatest rapper of all time. Maybe greatest producer, maybe greatest artist, maybe greatest rapper turned fashion designer, but he doesn't have greatest rapper of all time. Right?
No,
I mean he got Sci High writing for him. He got Consequence writing for him. I mean I don't know what verses are his and what verses were written for him at this point. Mm-hmm. All right. So, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
How did you feel when Kanye stood up, grabbed that tombstone, and he said the worst thing?
I deserve to be here because I signed Big Sean.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that?
You want to give his explanation for it first?
Yeah, so he goes on to say, like, basically fuck Big Sean and John Legend because when he ran for president, he said they kind of turned against. He says that they were used by the Democratic Party to turn against him.
Yeah, but John Legend has been used by the Democratic Party for a long time. Not used, but he's been part of the team for a long time.
How does that mean? But how does that? That's a different thing. What you're saying. That's why I'm pissed off about it.
Hold on. So one of my favorite songs from John Legend ever is when Obama first ran for president, and John Legend made a song for like the DNC and everything, and it was an amazing song. Mm-hmm. I love.
How is he used?
Well, I mean, he's just part of that thing. I mean, he's been heavily in it. So used, not him. But I think Big Sean has been used, and
how is he used?
Well, he's newer to it. And,
how was he used?
And maybe
how was he used, Tone?
I guess Kanye comment too, right?
I made Tony with the "you ain't got the answer" sway.
Kanye too. Well, I'm saying I've seen John Legend in the game for a long time. Common the last two elections, and Big Sean. I didn't see him, but I didn't pay attention to this one.
Help me understand this. Wrap my stupid mind around this, because I know you're smarter.
I can't.
Than me.
I'm stupider than you.
How is it possible that because Kanye subscribes to a political party that most people agree with, I won't say who, he's not being used, but when Big Sean does a party that you don't agree with, they're being used by the thing to convince them of something that I don't agree with, and so they're puppets. That's fucking ridiculous, bro.
I think
a puppet.
Yes, bro.
I think everyone.
Kanye is above being a puppet now?
I think every celebrity, period, is being constantly coerced by any political party at all times just to try to sway them to be their way.
So they shouldn't have an opinion on anything. They shouldn't have don't opinionate on nothing. Even love, which is just what.
No, but here's
not love.
Sense. No, but here's where the potential using comes in, right? Espérate,
God,
cabrón.
but look, let me clarify one thing though. I want to show you how you're posturing right now.
No, you don't know what I'm about to say?
No, I know what you're about to say. I promise. But I'm gonna let you
Say
finish.
it to me.
The thing is,
tell me what he's gonna say first.
Kobe. R.I.P. Kanye says they were used. Your statement out of your mouth right now, you could run the tape back, was potentially used. You're posturing. My question is not, how could you potentially use anybody that's influencer? Dog, you're a fucking influencer. I know how you're potentially
No, the reason
used.
I say potential is because I'm not being as pretentious as Kanye and saying that I know.
And that's why I'm saying you're posturing.
Fine, because I don't know.
That's fine.
I don't fucking
That's
know.
what I'm saying. So I just want to clarify that I'm losing my
I
shit
grant that. I don't give a
over
shit.
an objective. They are being used, which Tony, in some way right now, he may want to walk this shit back. You could run the tapes. He was agreeing. He didn't like say I agree, but he was agreeing in some way.
No, okay. So what I agree with Kanye is this.
The walk back.
Kanye said,
The walk back.
he goes, I know his mom. I changed his life, and they're gonna go against me. That's it.
That's
Outside of political parties, I don't give a fuck. It's that I changed your life, and you're gonna go against me. Which that's what I can agree with.
Ridiculous, bro. That is a ridiculous. That is how I know you're not a humble person. That is how I know that this God shit is a lie to you, dog. Because when you give somebody something, you don't expect shit in return. That's how you give. You don't give with the expectation of a return.
You're right.
You're not a fucking giver. All that Christian shit is bullshit. Don't miss me with that bullshit, dog.
I agree.
You're a goddamn egomaniac, and you're just trying to cover it up with like, but hey, I shouldn't say bitch because that's not what a godly man would do. You don't give a fuck.
That was
Stop
funny.
with the
That
hype,
was funny.
bro.
That was
Stop
funny.
with the cap, my G. I don't even.
Well,
use that
I think that everyone is not everyone. I can only speak for myself.
I'm just
and
getting
everyone
excited
else
for
is-
the pod, bro. I'm not even that
is,
mad
is
about
like
it.
a lot of people are kind of walking contradictions. So we are kind of like. Did they say?
I
give me a
agree.
second.
No, I agree with that. I agree with
They
that.
say like when you look at someone and the things that bother you the most, the reason why they bother you is because you see that within
Yeah,
yourself,
100%.
right?
Well,
And that's why it bothers you.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I'll just.
I think you're
say-
calling me an egomaniac there, but
I'll just
I
say-
don't
I'll
think
just-
that's true. But I can agree with what you're saying.
I'll just say something to what you're saying is like any.
I wasn't.
You're just taking it that way.
No, because the statement
you
came
relax,
after.
I'm
No,
drinking.
the statement came after what I said, and I was like, "Wait, is he saying that I see the?"
No.
Just
I'm just trying to try to clarify the
Which might be
conversation.
what an egomaniac would do.
You feel me? You feel me? Wait a minute, what is he doing here, bro? Now we're in this world.
I feel like I had this conversation here last week.
A quick aside. One time, Mario had a conversation with me and Ulises, bro. And we're having a conversation. And he starts saying like, "Well, we don't really know, right?" Like, and like his premise was like, "You can't say anything for certain because we can't know." And so then like me and Ulises were kind of, I was shook at least. I speak for myself. Like I was kind of like, well then why are we having this conversation if nothing is a fact out here, bro? You know? Yeah. But I understood his point, but I was kind of like, well then none of this matters if like we can't be any for certain on anything.
Yeah,
Let's not
then
talk
why
about it.
then why are we arguing about
Let's
it?
just
It's
eat
the
quiet.
ego. Everyone's ego is trying to be right for that moment.
Of course. Anyways, go ahead, Uli. I interrupted you.
Well, I'm gonna tie that one and then I'm gonna go back to the potential using, right?
Yeah.
So anybody's behavior is only a reflection of their inner world.
Yes.
It's all it is, dog.
Yeah.
Every time. But going back to the potential using thing, it's like, okay, that might be Big Sean's authentic perspective and opinion on politics. That might be John Legend's potential. I mean, honest, authentic.
Yes.
He stands by that for real. Where the using comes in is like the Democratic Party can choose anybody in the fucking world, anyone in the world to talk good about the Democratic Party, but they chose John Legend.
No,
and
they
Big
chose
Sean.
popular black people.
Popular black people who are in some way tied to Kanye West, which is, you know what I'm saying? So
I
do
get
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where Kanye's like, y'all don't see.
You let them do that.
You let them do that. You know, so in that way,
So he feels personally attacked. He's like, you chose like if I did something and they came after you guys, I'd be like, what? Like y'all don't see me here. Like,
well, he also did add, which I think is to your point. Like, yo, Pusha probably doesn't agree with what I did, but he didn't go out and say it.
yeah.
and that's exactly what he's saying. That goes to that point where it's like that might be their authentic perspective, but the Democratic Party could have chosen anyone in the world to do it.
I know, but
you know, I'm not saying I grant him
I know.
He's right or wrong.
I'm not combating you. I'm combating the idea you put out. Going back to Kanye's words himself, we all playing basketball here. But why the fuck?
But that's not music though.
I know, but why the fuck am I gonna put? Why, if I'm the Democratic Party and we all playing sports out here, dog? Everything is. Kanye said it. This is warfare. This is warfare.
The music game though.
No, but Uli, that's not the point, dog. Democrats are playing their own war. And so if they're trying to silence somebody, they're going to pick the people that most hurt you, dog. That's just how it is. If, let's say Canelo goes up to fight, is Canelo not going to train for months before he goes in a fight just because he knows he's the best? Fuck no. He's going to put his best foot forward because the idea here, and this is not, I'm not condoning, I'm saying this is the flaw of our political system, is that it's all a fucking chess game. It's not about what anybody really gives a fuck about. It's about how can I bring you down because I need my agenda to be fulfilled and pushed forward. That's what really matters here. Not what's right, what's wrong, what's best.
For people.
Okay.
I took it too far?
No.
You said I could talk about whatever I want to talk about.
So I want to go to a place. I want to go to a place. It's going to be called Felicilandia.
Alvaro Diaz right away.
Felicilandia.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is this one?
Alvaro Diaz. Felicilandia. Back to New Music Friday. 2 weeks late. How'd you like it?
I liked it, man. This is an album I would say is a good album. If you don't know who he is, he's a Puerto Rican rapper. So he's a hip hop artist. And so I say that because this is a hip hop album from Puerto Rico. You know what I mean?
Speak on it, bro.
This is not a Latin trap album. This is not a reggaeton album. This is an album that has, you can get some island feel. You're going to get some reggaeton drums in there.
Nature.
You're going to get a little bit of that. You're
Yeah.
going to get a little bit of trap, but it's a lot of boom bap and it's hip hop. Yeah, it's hip hop from Puerto Rico. So the samples are going to be, it's hip hop that like.
Who's the producer?
I don't know. So I had this thought because
I didn't listen to it. By the way, I apologize.
Because so the way you guys listen to music, I'm learning to listen to music you guys listen to.
That's
Okay,
sweet, bro.
So the way what I'm talking about is like one of the conversations when we have like playlist parties, we talk about music is we'll hear a song, and to me, when they stop rapping, when they stop singing, I hit to skip, right?
Yeah.
So on this Alvaro Diaz, he has like an extra minute and a half.
Those are some of my favorite parts.
And
you're gonna love that shit.
At the end of every song, he
On those
changes
parts.
it. He changes it.
God, it's so
He'll throw the beats in,
like Por Siempre type shit?
yeah. He goes nuts. Where like at first I thought it was just like one song, and then a second song, and then a third song. And remember I told you I had a 3-hour drive to fucking San Diego. And I almost went to the album 1.5, and I was like, God damn, this motherfucker's good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to listen to it tomorrow, bro.
Well, I added a bunch of songs on the playlist. Follow the playlist. Above the Waves.
I skip any
playlist
song
on
you add,
Spotify. But on those like go to the end. Like normally I don't listen to the end, but the way he changes the beat.
So to Lisa's point, this is a great album.
It's a very good album, bro. There's a song called Chinita Linda, bro. You're gonna love.
And I love that name. Like I think you can only make that in Spanish, right? You can't say that in English.
Because
like pretty Asian.
No,
that's not what it means.
Chinita is used as like
Chino or China means curly hair.
Yeah.
So
I heard it. I heard Chinita.
It's a term of endearment.
Well, then if it means that, then I'm all for it. Because
at the end of this track, towards the end of the track,
I like my Chinita Linda. My Chinita Linda.
Bro,
That's money. That's money.
Towards the end of the track, like the last minute or so, the beat kind of switches a little bit. It gets softened, and then he reads like he speaks, but it's like in a poem. Right? He goes,
Fire,
yo.
Bro.
He goes like this. He goes, yo soy un visionario y me veo contigo.
That is so hard, bro.
He goes, yo, he's like, me, I'm a visionary, and I see myself with you.
That is hot, bro.
Fire, bro.
That is hot.
Fire.
Hey, that's a pickup line of the year, bro.
That's better than I'm worth more than all of you guys on this text, bro.
No, it's bars, bro.
That is a bar,
and then
bro.
he has a couple songs that are like reggaeton heavy, but not a lot of them. There's a couple that are reggaeton heavy and they're cool though. Like he switches them up and he does them in a cool way, bro. There's a song.
I'm listening to you. I'm looking up the producer, bro.
So I don't know who the producers are, and this was my question was, I thought that might have the same producer because all the songs end the same way. So maybe it's just his input with it to change all the songs.
Yeah.
Because the songs don't sound the same. But he has Randy on a feature.
And on that one, real quick, I'll let you go right back.
That's
to
hard though.
On OG Black, that song's called OG Black.
OG Black. Hey,
bro, the
OG
fucking
Black. Oh my God, I love that
Jello,
shit.
You're gonna love the sample on that one, bro. There's some gangri shit on there. Like that track right there it's a fucking hip hop beat, but
Black.
The reason I highlight the fact that this is a hip hop album from Puerto Rico is because that's a hip hop beat, but the sample you're only gonna get from a Latino.
Yeah.
Because the sample is some gangri shit, bro. You're gonna see, dog. It's hot.
So really quick, if I could, quick aside, he produced a lot of them. He's on the production lineup, right?
So maybe he co-produced all of them that way.
And then another prominent
sense.
one is Caleb Calloway, which does a lot of the Raul Alejandro.
he did
And then
Problemon?
this guy named Ortiz. Caleb Calloway is like the whole back half of the album, though. Tiny produced Yori Pari. Ortiz is on that again. There's a few other people that I'm not mentioning, so big ups to them too.
Babysitter, bro. That song.
Yo, hey, the way that switches up, hey, and that's stolen from a fucking Frank Ocean song.
Babysitter's produced by Alvaro Diaz. Check this out. Babysita is produced by Alvaro Diaz. Ortiz is producer. We gotta look up to, and then Manuel Lara, who's also in there a few times.
He's probably
Manuel Lara I've heard of.
You didn't hear Babasita?
I haven't heard any of them. I swear to God, bro. For some reason, I didn't go to it.
Hey, I swear to God. So last week we were talking, and I don't know if it's on camera or off camera, and we were talking, and I was like, "Oh, let's talk about," and I paused. I didn't say it because they didn't hear this album yet, and I want to hear the album first so I can take all the good songs off and put them on the playlist, and then tell them because I want to get all the good songs,
You know
baby.
what? I respect that, bro. I respect the hustle, dog. I can't be mad at it.
Yeah, I had to get all the good songs first.
You're a visionary, bro, and you see yourself with that album on the playlist. I like it.
I added
I like what you did.
I added 4 songs.
So I can't
I
add
added a couple
there's nothing
more.
for me to add.
I added one.
There is.
There might be.
Which one did you add? 18 and 1.
No,
No.
Brioteo.
Don't worry, bro. I'm gonna hype myself
Teos
up.
is hot, bro.
Brioteo.
I'm gonna hype myself up the way Tony did. I have a sophisticated ear. I'll find some tracks you fools missed. Don't trip.
So normally what happens with the playlist is like if this happened with Rahando's first one, Aphrodisiaco, whatever. I woke up in the morning. I true story. I woke up 9 a.m. I pulled up the album. All Martinez Brothers, Trippie Redd. They took all the songs. I woke up 9 a.m. I didn't listen to the rest of the album. I just figured they got all the best songs. I don't know if he did the same thing. And then 2 months later, I found fucking Periodo Pasado, and I was like, how the fuck did we miss this? But it's because no one else listened to it because
It's because you can't get this. It's because you know why, bro? You're a cloud goblin and you only want to add tracks. And when there's too many, you're like, I'm not gonna listen to it. No.
Well, I figured that he gutted all the great songs off it. But then, I mean, this is what
Now
happened.
there's a genius in everybody's ear, bro.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Felicilandia,
Felicilandia, which is a cool. It's a cool.
Raul features Rao, Jesse Baez, which you already know, Tiny, sorry. I don't give a fuck about
Hey,
Rao.
Felicilandia is
said
a
Rao.
name like Astroworld where you can create a fucking
Yo,
festival off of it.
Look at the fucking the cover.
I know Disneyland. I
Disneyland.
saw that. That's you know why I moved
Fire,
away.
bro.
For some reason, I was like, this sounds just like whatever.
No, it's good.
No,
it's
it's
really
a good.
good.
It's very fresh, bro.
Truth is, you can add more songs, and I just didn't do it because I felt like I was adding too many.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
That's why I didn't put Perreo Pesado.
Because sometimes
I was
like,
am I going too far?
and
with
I've
it?
done too much. It's like, okay, I'm just being a fucking mamong now, you know?
Yeah. That's
know what
exactly
that
how I
means.
felt too. It's
Like, I'm just being like.
But this is a cool
groupie.
album. It's fresh. It's fresh.
good.
Like I said, you know, if all the music coming out of Latin America, especially the islands, it's either reggaeton, Latin
I'm an
trap,
island boy.
or dembo, and this is not that. They uses some of those elements, but it's hip hop. It's cool.
So I heard something.
All that is cool too. We love it.
I was watching a video yesterday, and I don't know if it's controversial. Some people want to comment controversial. Some guy named Benito or something. I don't know his name. He said that on concert with some guy named Jay Cortez. He said the guy is dating Mia Khalifa. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He said
in case you don't know.
in case you don't know, and he said the best music in the world right now is coming out of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, the top artists are coming out.
Who said that?
Bad Bunny.
Benito.
He-
Benny Martinez. What is his name?
Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio.
Oh, Antonio. Oh, that's a good name. Okay. So he said in concert, the great best artists in the world are coming out of Puerto Rico right now.
Hard to argue, bro.
Well,
He was getting some heat because
Colombia.
people were like, well, Colombia, you know. J Balvin,
Hey,
got
I mean,
him.
reggaeton came from
Let me
Puerto
tell
Rico.
you. Let me look.
So it came from America. America, number one place in the world. Let's go, Brandon. Or what are you saying?
Isn't everybody supposed to say that though? Again, this is professional music right here, bro.
Yeah, you
Everyone's
gotta
gotta
stand up
pick
for your team.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it was in Puerto Rico. He was hyped.
And
It's in front of the fam. You know what I mean?
And bro, it's like, dog, at
He's
the
like
end of
this.
the day, no matter what anybody says, dog, reggaeton has influenced where music is today. Almost all
It's the top
pop-
genre right now.
Almost all pop music today, bro. Look at the Weeknd Rosalia on their single that they just teased. They had to do a bachata song.
Mm-hmm.
And the Weeknd, because his music is whack lately, has to get on the Latin wave too.
Well, he did Malumas, but he sang in English.
Nice.
And this one's singing Spanish.
bro. Ooh, and Rosalia's on that. This is gonna be a heater. If you haven't seen it, go on their IG, some whatever.
Are you ready for it? You think it's gonna be nice? You think we're overrating it?
Nah, it's gonna be
Weeknd?
sweet, bro.
I'm
You
gonna,
think Raul's a little upset right now because she was over there fingering the Weeknd's face?
Nah, she knows it's all. He knows it's all.
Bro, when you're an elite artist, you know it's all for the art.
Yeah, art comes
She
first.
coming home to me.
That's not what
El arte
that's
va
not what Kanye
primero,
said.
cabrón.
That's why I tell you, Kanye's an egomaniac.
Fuck that. Kanye's right.
Why? Because he talked about Joe Rogan. He made you feel like confirmation bias.
No, 'cause
You
he's
feel
talking
like,
about-
oh yeah, now I can subscribe to the idea because Kanye said it. You
No, because he's
Shout
subscribing
out
to
to
his
Joe
wife.
Rogan.
He's subscribing to his wife. What the heck?
His wife.
Yeah, music.
bro,
So what are you
that
saying?
is just ridiculous.
don't even
Anyways,
know.
I'm gonna move on from it.
Okay, so we have Felicilandia. We have the Rosalia Weekend, which we think it sounds good so far.
I'm gonna go intended. I'm not gonna be like I'm
But
gonna
you
get
know,
blown away.
What's
but-
interesting about it though, Tone, is bachata came in a lot of ways from Puerto Rico DR. I don't know.
It's DR. Bachata's DR.
And
Bachata's DR?
Yeah, and neither of them are Dominican, which is why I thought it was an I texted my uncle. Shout out to my uncle Henry. I was like, they chose bachata, bro. Like they could have done a lot of things, and they chose bachata. Like maybe
Yeah, that's
maybe it
interesting.
switches within, but I thought it was an interesting thing to pick bachata,
Yeah, no, that is interesting.
right?
Yeah.
Bachata's from the DR.
It's from the
Yeah,
DR,
bro.
And actually, originally, it was seen as kind of like a
Throwaway. You're
dirty,
right. You're right.
dirty, like only fucking
Only-
like jazz.
Only dirty dancing.
Yeah, like the like
Speaking of,
yeah, like
We're gonna get to that. Hold
Yeah.
on. We need to refill real quick.
yeah, like
do your job, Uli.
like the beginning of jazz was basically it was related to it was like
Pot smokers.
no, the Red Light District, like down in New Orleans and shit, because it was just for the down under.
The down.
I thought
The bajo mundo.
El Bajo Mundo.
Bajo
Shout out to
Mundo.
Farrooq. Farrooq. Farrooq I think he's gonna drop an album. What do you think that is, bro?
He dropped an album.
I know, but he's doing this thing
But
about
he was
Bajo Mundo. Is it a record label? But Carbon Fiber.
no,
record
he's
label.
creating like a. He
No,
thought.
it's-
Oh, did you hear this? I don't know if you heard it. I think I sent it to you. That sound that Farouk was making with Pepas, and then he made it with the other one, the Pásame la Hookah. Instead of saying it's like EDM, like type music, he's making his own music lane. He's calling it Baja.
Bajo Mundo.
Bajo Mundo. He's
Mundo.
making a claim that it's a new
It's a
that
whole
he
new
made a
thing.
new
Damn,
genre.
that's fucking hard, bro.
Yeah, but what do you? I mean, as in old school EDM had 20 years in the game. Well, I don't know how long. I'm just 40 years.
trying to make you feel old
Hey,
out
hey,
here, bro.
hey,
That's how you're.
Tiesto.
Since Richard Humpty Vision,
I respect
Right?
that. Get in
Okay,
his
yeah.
head, boy. Get in his
right?
head, boy.
Since Richard Humpty Vision, you've been in the game for a long time.
Can't
right?
do it.
And he's over here
Yeah,
trying.
like deep house. Yeah, like in high school, I remember like
Yeah,
that deep house stuff.
Yeah, so
Or,
now he's
middle
trying
school.
to say like, you've heard the songs. Like, you think it just sounds like more of the same, or is this actually a new genre? Like a Latino EDM, then that's the name of it.
Well, look,
Well,
Puerto
I
Rico.
think it's too early to tell, but I appreciate what he's doing. I don't know if it's gonna stay, but I think I think it's cool. It's a cool idea.
In his defense, if I may, I apologize. Reggaeton was also not a genre. Reggaeton was born in Puerto Rico. So I think Farouk was saying, we did it once. We could do this shit again, boys.
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think
I'm with it.
I think he is using several elements that make it. I mean, it's EDM heavy,
But it's dembow influence.
but the bottom is dembow.
I get what you're saying.
You know,
so
so
it's
it's like-
almost like reggaeton. When people first heard it, it's like, well, this is just hip hop with y'all rapping in Spanish over it.
Yeah.
But your beats are.
It's almost like the EDM trap.
And what's
It's
that-
EDM, but we've changed it because we added the hip hop feel to it.
What's that shit from Colombia that people were like up in arms?
Cumbia.
No. There's a genre that's from Colombia that is very similar. It's like EDM kind of, and people were saying, nah, like Faru's off base because
I haven't heard this.
because we've been having this shit in Colombia for a long time. But then he countered and said like, no, there's a couple things that you guys are missing. Like the chanting is a thing. He named a couple things where he was like, I get it, and I'm not into that too. But this shit is a little different, you know.
It kind of reminds me of I'm Not From. Is that what it's called? I'm Not From Here.
What?
The Netflix movie.
Yeah, I'm no longer here.
I'm no longer here.
Right? It's like that slow down cumbia.
That chopped and screwed cumbia is hard.
That shit is hard, bro.
Hey, shout out to Chop and Screw Cumbia. Bro. Hey, if you guys got that, send it to us. We want to hear that.
Shout
shit.
out to fucking Monterrey, Mexico, cabrones. Then they do this fucking secret shit.
So anyhow,
Do you guys want to know just as bad as me what's going on over there?
so
I want you to know it's him, not me.
When
Though, bro. I don't
Fucking
secrets.
Tony does that like 3-4 times a show.
Is he just jealous though? Like, listen, is that the ego speaking that he just?
no, I think because he's always posturing in neutral, that he doesn't know what it's like to hit any extreme, right? Because we hit extremes on both sides.
We're the 808s of this shit.
Yeah. So like I'll hit an extreme on one side and you hit the other one. But if you hit an 808 on this side, I'll automatically I'm enticed to just do the opposite.
We might be doing that.
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
No, we are guaranteed.
I'm not gonna say. I'm neither gonna confirm or deny. We might be doing that.
Yeah.
Y'all are fucking tripping.
Yeah, if he says the sky is blue, I'll be like, nah, bro, it's yellow.
No. If I say it's blue, like, well, there's connotations of purple and red.
No. I'll be like, nah, bro, it's red. And then he'll be like, well, it's kind of purple.
Red. Yeah. Good point. Good point.
And then Jeremy's just like, well, I mean, it's a sky, bro. What the fuck you want to say?
No. Jeremy's like, well, it's falling. He just hits you with that random joke where you're like, wait, what?
Like, oh shit.
Wait, that was news, bro. We weren't going there at all. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I did want to ask you guys this question on this because every time I ask somebody, I get
You better ask somebody.
I get a yes or no. I get a good or bad.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Yeah, exactly. So, New Music Friday on Thursday, I looked at the list and I saw Post Malone with The Weeknd. Automatically, I'm thinking greatest song I ever heard in my life. Right? Maybe that's my fault putting that type of pressure on that. Song came out. On to the next or new one or.
I'll be honest. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about right now.
The Weeknd dropped a song with Post Malone.
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying I didn't even see this,
You didn't
bro.
hear it?
One right now.
One right now. He's like, oh, you think you're good? Well,
You're just the one right now.
Yeah, no, but he's like,
No.
leave, I'll get another one right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like there's another one coming right
wait,
now.
is the Weeknd's verse hard on this?
No, but it's very like high. No 808s. Everything's up here.
Why are they doing that?
No, but it's not just that. You know what? The first thing that came to my mind when I heard this shit was a carrita de hot dog.
I don't know what he said.
Hot dog. He said hot dog hits.
Shout out to Jose.
Shout out to Jose.
Jose.
And shout out to Residente, bro.
No,
For
shout
real.
out to Residente.
Oh, so it's just pop shit.
Yeah,
It's very
just,
pop. There's no bass. It's up here, like way up here.
I'm not gonna listen to it.
like it was like to me, my perspective of this shit was it was formulaic. It was like I could have written this fucking.
Now,
you know what I mean?
going
Look at
back
my
to
face,
what.
bro.
Carrito de hot dog.
Tú lo que vende, cabrón, es hot dog.
Okay, so the same way.
Ninguna estrella para ti, cabrón.
Remember,
No Michelin
There was
star
one
on
thing that Kanye said, which I mean, everything what Kanye says is always with a grain of salt, right? And he had said something about like
Maybe
Debatable.
3 grains.
Debatable.
he had said something about like Shakespeare made 30% of all English language.
That might actually be a fact. I don't know.
No, it is. I think it is. They say
See how
No, it is.
It is. No, I think it is.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know, but this is what I've
I
read,
said it sounds true.
which is all Shakespeare's books, stories, plays, whatever. Those 7 stories are just getting replayed in different versions, but those are the same stories that everyone's telling. Right?
Yeah.
And like the things he's saying.
You subscribe to the archetype conversation.
Well, I think archetypes are important, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's like the story of humanity, archetypes.
Yeah, archetypes, right? So
That's what I'm saying, though.
So what Kanye said was like, and I'm only saying this because he mentioned Post Malone was like, well, it's harder for white people to adapt to drums. Now, I don't agree with any of this. I'm just saying what Kanye said. I think everyone just adapts to everything. But then he said like it's harder to get thank you. Like a post is so rare the same way like you can have a black Elon.
Was Eminem rare?
Eminem's the rarest.
I
don't know. It's
Eminem's
English.
like a
I just want to make sure we're having the same conversation.
Eminem's a unicorn.
Yeah, but
Unicorns are hot,
I'll take under 2000 over M right now. Full catalog, no, but what they've done since 2000.
I think Andre 3000 was much more innovative than Eminem was.
Yeah, but it goes into this where it's like Post. When you see on paper Post and Weeknd, what do you think? Dark? You think hurtful?
Spiteful.
I think Post Malone's gonna put the fucking that night suit back on. That's what I think when I hear that.
Yeah, it's
Night
like
suit.
You know that fucking music video? He's wearing this. He has that knight. He's dressed like a knight in shining armor.
I don't think I've
You know
seen
what I'm
that.
talking about?
I
swear to
full
y'all know out there.
Full
Dog.
disclosure, I don't listen to Post much. Ever since White Iverson, I don't listen to Post.
I don't
much.
listen to him that much, but
People love his shit, and I respect that, but not me.
yeah, no, this was too pop for what you would
Maybe
think
I didn't
would come
even
out
go
of
to it
it.
because
so. First, I want to say Post, and now since he said that, I'm gonna say he's still underrated. I just throw that out there.
He's a pretty cool artist.
Second
though.
is
just to fuck with me, or because you believe that.
no. So I went to we went to the same Coachella, and I remember I was talking to Nicole. I was like, "Yo, Post Malone, he's fire. He just dropped. The album he had was the Beers and Bentleys or something with the yellow cover." She's like, no.
Nicole Smart, see?
No, but then so we saw him at Coachella, and she's like, we left early to go watch The Weeknd.
She's got a good point.
A month later, it was in May. A month later, we go to
It was in May.
No, I'm only looking at him because he was with me.
No,
A month
it was
later,
funny how you said
we go to EDC.
it was in May.
We go to
Not June, May. Of all fucking
Can
months.
you believe it?
May.
Okay, so
I was beside myself.
Well, no, you guys are both there now. Now you guys are both understand this conversation.
My bad, Tom, my bad.
We went to EDC in May, where we watched Toki Monster and all our last few sets on that stage, Cosmic Meadows.
Yeah.
Right?
EDC, you're talking about.
EDC.
You said Coachella. Yeah, EDC. Fucking. I love
Post
that
Malone
stage.
came up, and you seen all the rafters all behind us?
He came up on that stage
Full.
at EDC.
No, he came on that stage. The whole
At
rafters.
EDC, I wanna say that.
At EDC, the whole rafters were always to the top, so you couldn't go anymore. It was the most packed set I've ever been at EDC. in my
Devil's
life.
advocate, if I may. That may have just been because the music he makes is so different from where everywhere was that people maybe wanted a relief.
No, he was just that great. What'd you were there?
In your
How was
opinion.
this set?
In your opinion.
I thought
So-
it was,
Go ahead, Jeremy. Let
I
me keep
thought
it with
it
the
was dope.
facts.
I
Talk to
thought
the people right now.
It was a good change in pace, but like there's always hip hop artists, right? They have DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
I don't know if it was that packed for DJ Khaled. I wasn't
No,
there,
no,
though,
Another
but
one.
It's.
another.
I've seen every big artist at EDC that you can see. I've seen Diplo. I've seen
Post was pretty packed,
Tiesto,
like,
Knife Party. No matter who we've seen, in the 5-6 years that I've gone, I've seen nothing like that. Like you couldn't move. It was crazy.
Probably I would compare it to, I mean, the main stage though, when Calvin's last year was like packed, bro, like packed.
This past year?
No, like his last year that he played, probably like 16, I think.
No. Fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, but it was like I almost didn't enjoy it. It was that packed. You know what I mean? I was just like, all right, I gotta. And then
That's
we had
happened to
some
me,
friends that were shorter than not you. There's like, no, but he's shorter, and his girl,
What was his name?
Tony.
Tony
No,
Park. I mean,
wasn't.
he's like this. I
His
mean,
name was Anthony. I mean,
Anthony.
no, it wasn't though. But they left because they couldn't see. Because we were standing in front of them, like
Yeah, they're just
looking up. They're like, "All right, we're gonna go."
You're
'cause it's
seeing
kinda
back of the
pointless,
heads,
you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
pretty packed.
Yeah, fuck that.
But yeah, that had to be up there too.
yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck
did
that.
you enjoy the set though? Did you enjoy the set?
No, I did. Oh, which set?
No, speak on
Post Malone. Post Malone.
I did enjoy it.
It was hot.
It was pretty.
But you weren't
Just 'cause
a big of a fan when you
I
went into
wasn't.
it.
No, I wasn't like a huge fan, but I just enjoyed like
Are you a
the
huge
like
fan
the vibe.
now? Are you a huge fan now? No. Okay, good. Me and you are.
But that happens too, though.
Not a
That,
huge
that, that happens too. Like sometimes,
Oh, and I've seen many sets.
yeah, like Zed, bro.
Yeah, I've seen many sets.
Zed fucking blew my mind.
Oh, they were
At
killing it.
PDC.
Or
Bro,
that
that
person.
shit was-
Lean with it, rock with it, ding with it, stop with it, step
with it.
Like the old
All my ladies, throw your back with it.
Oh my goodness gracious!
That was probably one of the hardest drops I heard all weekend.
To start off
from
with?
Squid
Yeah,
Game,
bro.
from Squid Game to that.
That was probably one of the
Bro,
hardest
that
shit. I don't know
shit
anything
was-
about Squid Game, but that was the first thing I was like, fuck.
That
I was like-
shit was hard, yo.
Oh, that shit killed it.
God, I
bro.
remember
was
because I was next
hard.
to him and I was like, I looked at him, I was like, yo, what's happening? And he's
Yeah.
like, I was like, you don't hear it? And he's, lean with it. I can hear the blend coming in.
Man,
He
yo,
killed
he
it.
fucking killed it,
Snake
yo.
Hips killed it. Go to
Yeah.
EDC.
Snake
Snake
Hips
Hips
killed
killed
it.
it.
Snake Hips killed it.
But
I brought up Zed.
Snake killed
I brought up
it.
Zed for that
Snake-
point
Snake
though.
killed
killed
it.
it.
But I brought up Zed for that point, right? Like I'm not a huge Zed fan, but
that made you a fan.
But
Hey,
that,
that-
set
that-
right there, dog, was hot. It was
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Wookie. Ooh, I'm a
Oh,
fan
yeah,
of Wookie.
Wookie
too.
killed it, bro.
Wookie- I'm a
I
fan
think
of
that last one, who was it? It was 12th Planet. Who was it? 12th, the one we saw together, 12th Planet with back to back with who?
I wasn't sure. It
It's
was
the black guy.
Oh, I know.
Say my name?
Say my name.
Yes, say my
Good
name,
memory,
yeah.
bro. I don't know how you remember that, but
He's great with memory.
I don't know how he remembers that.
No, you know what's funny?
That's not what I said.
Like he
I don't
should.
know how.
You know what though, bro? This motherfucker's got mythical powers because he shouldn't remember that, bro. You know?
What do you mean? I told you. I
His
remember
G-
the moment of lean, would it rock? Would it like?
You weren't
That was
spacewalking
way
yet.
before, bro. Yeah, you were spacewalking.
You weren't spacewalking yet when Lean made a rock.
No,
with
I
him.
was there with when Snake Hips pulled out fucking
Tore your lanes.
no, Snake Hips pulled all my friends are drunk.
All my
Friends
are
wasted. Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a banger, bro.
Yo,
and I hate this club.
Man,
and
I drink too much.
Another
Friday
Friday night I
wasted.
wasted. Bro, that brings back. That shit was hard, bro.
Yeah, that was a hard set
Anyways,
too.
bring us back
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Posty.
so
How did we
anyhow,
get to Posty, bro?
Wait, did you guys watch Black Coffee too or no?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
left.
we left. We didn't think he was that hard.
It was
Was it you guys were enjoying?
We
it?
weren't
'cause
feeling the vibe. We
He
weren't
did like a
feeling-
trancey thing that it wasn't like the Afro beats we were looking
yeah, and
for.
it was none of the songs that were on his album either.
He was DJing. It wasn't like It wasn't like a.
And then
Was it the
we went
beginning
to
or the middle or when did you guys get
the
that?
beginning.
beginning.
Okay.
and then we
So
went to
maybe we walked
I
away.
didn't know.
Oh, okay.
We might have walked away too early. I don't know, but from what we experienced right there, we didn't get that harder house that we want.
Yeah.
At least that I wanted.
It wasn't
and then we
housey
went
enough,
to
yeah.
Toki because that was the half and half,
Yeah.
and Toki was trash too.
I wouldn't go as far as trash, but
But Toki didn't do anything.
Yeah.
No, she didn't do nothing. I wasn't like up.
Were
yeah,
we
yeah,
focused then? What were we doing at the?
we were laying down. I was sitting down.
We were at Astroworld.
Yeah.
No, we were
Oh,
good.
come
We
on.
were good at that time.
Anyways, bring us back, bro. We had these ED conversation. The EDC happened already, bro. We can't even talk about it no more.
Anyhow,
People heard us talk about this shit
Yeah,
already.
they're like,
so
Again. Okay, we didn't
all
go.
right, I'm gonna
fuck
turn the
off.
fucking podcast off. I'm done.
okay, so with that said,
Like, subscribe, comment.
we're talking about going to festivals and having the time of our lives and having fun. But while we're there, we're being responsible. We're watching where we're at. We're not trampling on anybody. We're not pushing
And
anybody.
We've been in positions where we've helped people and have been helped.
Yeah.
At EDC, bro, I had a moment where I sat down because I just for some reason like the last day I wanted to sit down. This guy sat
it's a
down next to
marathon.
me, bro, and I was like, "Are you good, bro?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You sure?" Like, I got
Was that
water."
me?
No, somebody else.
No, a stranger. A couple times
stranger.
with me too. Like, hey, you want some water?
Yeah, you want some water,
No, I'm
bro?
good, I'm good, bro.
And then like the guy, like he sits like a little bit in front of me, and like we end up like he scoots back, bro. I ended up hugging him, and we were just having a conversation.
But
and
did you
chatting.
straddle him in the middle? Like
No, he sat next to me. I was like, "What's up, bro? We're here, bro. Let's get this.
Yeah. So
Let's get this shit. Let's
the
get
main
this shit.
thing
Let's get this shit."
I did want to mention one thing. I guess I didn't mention earlier was like, I'm a hip hop fan. I grew up a hip hop fan. I didn't know what EDM was like outside of like high school dances and Richard Humpty Vision and all that shit. I never listened to shit. So the first time I went to an EDM concert, I was blown away because I grew up going to hip hop concerts. Bro, you step on someone's shoe, bro, we're about to fight, right? You push me, it's about to fight.
All the microaggressions that are at a hip hop.
You go to EDM concert. I step on someone's shoe, they're apologizing to me like, "Hey, bro, I'm so sorry.
I shouldn't have
my
been here.
foot was in the way."
I shouldn't have been here.
Yeah.
And I think that's why.
my bad.
Can I get a hug?
Can you forgive me, bro?
Let's hug this shit out.
Yeah,
Hey, bro.
Hug it out, hug it out. The prettiest girls, the ugliest people, everyone's just like
Friendly.
friendly. And I think
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a
I
beautiful
think
thing,
what
bro.
we have to bring back to all festivals is that it's all a unity. We're all in there together. We're all just there to have fun. No one's there to fight. Don't wear your fucking Yeezys to a fucking
Hey,
concert.
fuck festivals, bro. To life.
Yes.
Hey, life is short, bro. We're only here for this much time.
Who was I talking to, bro? Forget who it was. I was having a conversation with someone, and they're like, "Nah, like I don't want." I was like, "Bro, how many times have you done this before? This life? How many times you did this shit before? Never, dog. So you don't know if you're gonna do it again. So live this shit up. Don't pull the plug now. Ride the fucking wave, bro. You never know if you do it again.
And sometimes when you're in a position that you've never been in before, don't fight it. Just sit there, relax, submit to the atmosphere and the environment. When in Rome, do the same shit.
When in Rome, get some dome.
Ride that current, bro. Flow down the
You like
river.
that one? That was good. Bars. Bars.
Hose up.
Like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends.
We done?
Leave them a hate comment.
Hey, leave me all the hate comments. I'm here for the smoke. I'm here for it. I like arguing. Sometimes Tony gets boring. I'm ready to argue with everybody. You don't ever get boring. I just said that to some people. We done?